Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
It's good to see you all.
it is good to see you all.
Yes. I'm a Jew,
We're ready.
Zenomax, Yachi26. Yep. I'm going to be taking them in little mini shots.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, Yachi26. Yes, the Haikyuu recent episode was so
Yep.
so good.
Yep. That was
So very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got a buttload of questions. Oh my God, Zenomax, that is quite a bit. So yeah, we're gonna be doing our podcast. This is podcast number 160.
160.
160.
Yep.
And what we'll be doing here is having a little bit of just a hangout, an
Yep.
AMA, ask us anything basically. But we have two caveats with that.
Indeed.
One, if your question is just kind of fucked up, like we're not gonna answer it.
Yeah. We reserve the right to veto questions, even though we are
Yeah.
in the mood of ask
Yeah,
us all kinds of
most
stuff.
everything we'll be mostly fine with.
But
It's
just
Yeah,
making
just-
sure you're aware.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, be respectful in chat and stuff like
Exactly.
that. But the other thing is that if we don't answer a legitimate question, then yeah, we're drinking.
We're drinking.
Yep.
Yeah. Make it a little bit more interesting. Caleb's
Yes,
got
yes.
tequila.
Yes.
You know, the
Yes.
clothes just
I have-
definitely come off
I
when
have a very
that's at
nice
play.
tequila here. There's
Yes.
not that much of it, but that's why I have it in a small form. So
I'm sure
I can't
that
drink
will be
myself into a
I'm sure
into
that will
a,
be enough.
into a stupor. But
As
it
we
will
all
be quite
know,
good.
Caleb is a lightweight. So,
This is true. Yeah.
yeah. And then I've got whiskey, and no, it is not Fireball.
No.
Fireball has a nice little taste, but it's not whiskey.
No,
it's
it's
not.
not.
It's something else entirely,
piss.
a little bit terrifying.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm Andrew with the 17 months. Thank you so much. Hello, Caleb and
Thank you.
Jacob. I know you've heard of this a gorillion times, but I would like to ask you about the possibility of reacting to it at least one core of the show Gintama.
Yes.
I see you too are a cultured member of the Discord.
Yep.
Yes.
No problem answering that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not
no.
right now.
No.
Yeah.
Not ever. Reacting to Gintama? Are you kidding? Like,
Yeah.
watching
Never.
Gintama, like, yeah, I get it's a great show and everything, but actually, like, releasing one episode a week for 7 or 8 years or whatever it would be, that's insanity.
It's insanity.
That
my
is
friend.
absolutely
Yeah.
insanity.
But we also have to tell you all how you can actually ask the questions.
That's true.
Because we have already a method with the Twitch channel point system, with our berries, as we've called them, because we are big fans of One Piece. In order to have your question go through, you need to submit it through the Highlight Your Question Berries Redeemable system.
Indeed.
So, make sure you do that. Otherwise, sorry. Yeah, questions
Yep.
not
we have
gonna
to be able
go
to
through.
curate them somehow.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Because we could get a bunch of randoms coming through here with the follows, and it would be a little bit nutty.
Yep.
A little bit nutty. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I see no problem. Years of free content. See, that might be one way to look at it. Yeah. Small Shadow one with the tier 1's up for 4 months. This should be a fun time. I got some wine with me to enjoy as well.
Oh, well, enjoy,
yes,
and thank
yes.
you for the sub.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll hold off on drinking here.
Indeed.
But yeah. Guys,
Feel free to just ask us,
ask
start shooting
away.
the questions whenever.
We'll queue them up. Exactly. Do limit it to a question to, basically one question to the two of us.
Right.
Per highlighted thing there.
Yeah.
Just in general. But we have a VIP shout out we got to get through here, and that is Samuli. Thank you so much for the VIP support. You're a recent addition to the Patreon and Discord, so looking forward to seeing you in one of the calls.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Oh, why are your faces so big? Yeah, such an amazing question. Yeah.
Well, see, we have this camera, and it's set to a particular, like, zoom, you know?
Right,
So,
right, exactly.
and we're a certain distance from the camera, so that's the majority of it. Also, our family has really big heads in general. So, yeah. Wait, damn it, I wasn't supposed to answer that when it wasn't highlighted.
Yeah, it wasn't highlighted.
That's a freebie. There will be no more freebies.
Yeah, no more freebies. Oh, of course. First question is from Bucket Lord Forever. First kiss story.
Ah.
Okay, so I'll go first.
Yes.
This is a pretty lightweight question, but I expected kind of stuff like this. So
Naturally.
my first kiss was, let's see here, was I 15? Yeah, I think it was 15. Because I don't consider like any like this is the first like legitimate kiss.
Right,
you
right.
know?
Uh-huh.
And I believe I was walking on a kind of a, like in Washington, all the beaches are pretty gray and kind
They
of
are.
boring and stuff. But there are these beaches that have like big dead tree logs and stuff all over it. And it's really fun to like hop all along them and stuff. And I was hanging out with a girl and we were walking alongside them and stuff. And she did the thing, I guess, of where it's like, oh no, I fell over. And
Wait, really?
yeah. And I basically walked over there and we just kind of laughed about it and sat down. 10 seconds later, we're making out. So it was like, yep, that just, it do be like that sometimes.
There you go.
But
There
yeah,
you go.
It was pretty cool.
For me, it was a bit later. Believe it or not, I was 19.
What?
Yep.
Oh,
I was very
I didn't
much
know that.
I was very much of the opinion that people just became stupid in high school. And I was like, nah, I'm not about that.
Wholesome.
So, but eventually I was like, all right, I've waited long enough. It's about time. And let's see. It was it was just in a car, And windows fogged up a bunch. It was great.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Good old macking out session.
Yep.
All right, Zenomex, for my first question, it's a simple one. Who is your best girl from One Piece?
Robin, obviously.
Ooh, so here's the thing that's a little bit fun with this specifically, because I think the best girl is the best queen in all of One Piece.
Bon Clay.
Bon Clay. Yeah.
Okay, that is a bit cheating.
No, it's just true.
That's
though.
cheating just a bit. But no, I'll hold firm to this. It's Robin. Yeah.
Tubon Clay kicks the pants off of Robin and Nami. So get
that is
good
a good answer though. That is a good answer. Yeah.
What was the first anime each of you have watched?
My first anime was Naruto.
Yeah, mine was Bleach, and that was because of a friend at school that was really, for some reason, super hyped up about Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I didn't. Oh God, we're getting already some of our cursed ones there. Do you like incest hentai?
First off, the better question is, do I like hentai?
Yeah.
I actually don't.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. I've tried checking out some hentai, but usually not really my thing. Like, I don't know. I really am the kind of person that, yes, wants there to be a story with my hentai. And as much as I do love Domekano, no, I loved that meme aspect of it. But that wasn't what got me into it from like steamy. It was more of just the, oh God, I have to see how this goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For me, I have seen a couple, and I don't think I've actually seen any incest hentai.
Oh yeah?
I don't think I have, but I know about all the memes in general. Though, what are you doing, step bro? But I think that's more of just a porn thing in general.
Well, you know what you could do is y'all could start asking us about what some of our favorite hentai are. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a better one. Yeah. Political opinions piece, that's not a question. So psych.
And I don't know if I really want to go into that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do does that count as a drink, or do we want to just have political stuff be just off the table?
Maybe just have political stuff be off the table.
Okay, yeah, that's
but
fair.
but for
the purpose of that.
Yeah.
There you go. Cool. Dante Nortu, Jacob, did you really hate the Welfin thing in Hunter x Hunter 134? It's the only reason I disliked on YouTube. LOL.
Only reaction I disliked on YouTube.
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
So, okay, the thing with Welfin is that I love Welfin as a character. I think he was placed in a very intense arc in a way that detracted not because he was bad, but because there were characters that I loved and cared about so much. I didn't want to see their limited time, since we knew that we didn't have much time left with them, given to someone else, right? I was jealous, right?
Right.
So the fact that we have that here, and I was like, no, just get back to the thing already, right?
Yeah.
Because even if I didn't know that it was like going to be as quick as the very next episode, right? It's I know there's not much, and come on,
Right.
we can't have Shia LaBeouf like to actually succeed here, like
Yeah.
so, yeah. When
Okay.
I can't get salty without being very emotionally compromised by the show. So while I definitely regret the times that I do get salty like that, it is something because deep down it's because I care.
Yeah.
Like, so,
Small
yeah.
Shadow One with the favorite video game or game series. For me, like in general, video game wise, I don't really have too many games that are in that like I automatically know they're my number one favorite game, but the game that I've played the most of in general, like as a series at least, is probably the KOTOR series.
Yeah.
I have replayed each one at least half a dozen times. So that says a lot.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I would say the same thing, specifically KOTOR 2 with the Telos Restoration Project
Yeah.
mod, that because I love Star Wars, right? Star Wars usually doesn't do anything really creative and have it work though. It's
Only drink if I'm
Oh, yeah,
not
yeah.
answering, asking questions. I'm like, oh, I have alcohol here. I
right,
wanna
right.
drink.
And it's good stuff. But
Yeah.
so with KOTOR 2, I think it was one of the most ambitious as far as the lore of Star Wars games that we've gotten, and it really made it work. And then also the sort of underdog protagonist story behind it, of it being rushed for that Christmas release, not being finished. And I played it a ton of times, the not finished version, and I still loved it. And then when I finally played the Telos Restoration Project, I was
Right.
like, this is amazing. And I just replayed it recently, and it's fantastic. So
Yeah.
yeah.
We got favorite Haikyuu character. Very difficult question, but also there are no wrong answers. So for this one, this is one that I've talked about a lot as being something that I'm a little bit outspoken by, like specifically. I really love a couple of the side characters in Haikyuu, but I really, really just like Hinata as a main character so much. And I got vindicated, y'all. For those of you that are like, oh, Hinata's so lame. Like, this recent episode, you can suck it. Like, But yeah, who's your favorite Haikyuu character?
I have to say, I don't know if this is like, Nishinoya. I love
Nishinoya.
Nishinoya so much. His energy and everything, and every time that he does like a grouped development with another character, whether
Yeah.
it's Asahi or what we got with Kinoshita,
Right.
great stuff.
Yeah. Do you have any experience with gacha games?
A little bit.
Yes.
Very little bit.
I have probably played way more gacha games than Jacob. I can
Yes.
just
Yeah.
guess that through and through.
I installed the one of the card game like gacha games where it's like kind of like Hearthstone. Didn't like
That's
play
not a
it.
gacha game.
No. It's a gacha game. There's
Really?
There's a gacha game.
What's it called?
I can't even remember. It was pretty forgettable.
Sounds
But
like Shadowverse.
Yes.
That's not a gacha game.
it isn't.
Nope. Gacha games where you do them rolls. You gotta like
I was
get
pretty
those
sure
5
that-
stars. And
No, right. But I was pretty sure there was an element of it was gacha. But okay, so
I think
if
there might be cosmetic stuff in Shadowverse that is where you get anime inspired skins, kind of stuff like that.
Okay.
But there is no gacha element
Gotcha.
in
gotcha. But other than that, I played a little bit of the other one that everyone's crazy about.
Genshin Impact.
Genshin Impact. Yeah.
Genshin
yeah.
Impact, yes.
Yeah,
Genshin Impact
very
we
little.
both played a good chunk of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most inappropriate time you have ever laughed? Oh, I know. One time when I was a kid, I was running from my sister, and we were playing tag. So she's chasing me, and we're going through like this area, and I think we're jumping from like a bedroom to a bedroom. And on trying to get away from her, I basically slammed the door behind on her face, basically. And I started laughing like immediately because I could hear her go boom into it. And the sound got to me. So I laughed at that. came back still kind of laughing, saw her slumped there in the ground and just blood's gushing from her forehead. And I was like, oh! And it's just one of those moments where I was like, oh no, I messed up. I messed up so bad. So yeah, that's probably one of the most immediate ones that comes to mind. And it's one that everyone roasts me at in family gatherings and stuff because they're like, oh yeah, we're sharing stories to people that don't know about our family. Caleb's hurt like at least every member of the family once accidentally.
Mine. So this was actually a bit more recently. I think it was like in the last year or two or something.
Don't drink
But there was a point where an uncle was visiting, and he was talking about something that happened at work, and basically that one of the coworkers, employees, basically made a big screw up, right? And it was something that had big ramifications as far as like the amount of money that was, lost or whatever because of this blunder, right?
Okay.
I thought it was something where it's this is all a part of a bigger company's thing, so the consequences of it are just the consequences of the company. And I was like, oh shit. And then it was like this thing of, no, this is...
Someone's life might have been ruined, yeah.
No, my personal business.
Oh, right.
And it's like, oh God. So I just laughed at your... this thing that has been making your life a living hell recently. Okay.
Oh,
Fuck.
That's awkward.
Yeah.
That's awkward, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Top 5 anime. It doesn't have to be one you've reacted to. I think I'm just going to spitball 5 of my favorite anime that just come to mind quickly. Recently, I would say it goes to, like, Haikyuu, Monster, Vinland Saga, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Dang it, I actually can't think of the 5th one that's like a pretty decent contender. Bacano.
Okay.
There you go.
So, Wolf Children, A Silent Voice, A Place Further in the Universe, Attack on Titan, Kill la Kill, no particular order.
Bam! Wow, that was fast.
I was able to think while you were.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah. Haikyuu team to have a barbecue with.
I mean, Karasuno, obviously. Like I think that's fairly straightforward, but that's
right.
Kind of cheating. What if it was instead of Karasuno? Because Karasuno's too easy.
Yeah, because I would pick Karasuno too. So I think
Dateko.
Okay, you picked Dateko. Okay,
yeah.
There's no way I would pick Dateko.
I think Aone could be kind of fun to hang out with. In like the I don't talk much at all.
I legitimately think that Jizenji might be actually the best one to have a barbecue with.
Oh yeah, just because they're really fun people.
They're really hyped up people in general, and that could be really fun to go for there. All right. Decent sized question here. It says, I know you guys tend to avoid OVAs in general as they're weird copyright wise and stuff, but are there any you've watched off channel for shows you've reacted to? Last week reminded me of the 8 Attack on Titan OVAs and got curious. Also, Dragon Maid's OVAs, Chef's Kiss.
Yeah, so basically those two shows are the ones for me really where I've watched the OVAs and we've reacted to them, but we haven't reacted to the OVAs.
Gotcha.
Yep, but I haven't seen all of the Attack on Titan OVAs.
Yeah, same. I think I've watched most of the Attack on Titan OVAs just
Gotcha.
off channel. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
remember
remember if there are any others that are like big standouts just of shows in general.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't think. I don't know off the top of my head. Yeah.
Who is the Straw Hat that you dislike the most?
And why? Oh, Nixery. Oh,
that's a good one.
That's a really good one.
Okay.
So.
No, I'll say it. Sanji. He's too one note. There are times when we get depth with his character, but I think the last time we really got to care about his character in like a true One Piece kind of level was with his backstory when he was introduced.
So I think actually this is the part that I think is rather
You're gonna say Zoro, aren't you?
No.
Oh.
I'm gonna go and say this is rough.
Oh damn.
This is rough here because we just had I would say the good focus on this character specifically
Oh.
as a
I think I know who you're talking about
as
now.
a bit there in the Straw Hats, but I think that this character is unfortunately a slave to their trope a little bit too much.
Yep.
And that's Chopper.
Yeah.
Chopper, I think, is. You're going to laugh at who I think is probably the second worst, but I think actually in some ways Robin is the second worst of the Straw Hats.
Really?
Yes. And I think the
Oh,
reason for that
man.
is because of the way that they're incorporated into the arcs beyond their
Original
backstories,
arc, yeah.
Their original stuff there. I think
Wow.
that part of the thing that makes the individual Straw Hats powerful in their moments is how in the moment entertaining they are with how they move within the group dynamic. And some of them, either like Robin, have very little, like nothing to say specifically because that's her character. Thus, I don't see her as the most interesting and in a lot of those times there. But I would say that Chopper's main issue is that oftentimes he will be reacting to things basically in just a panicked state of how do I fit in here? And I
Wow.
really feel like what makes the
man.
individual Straw Hats strong is how they just relate to each other. And that's
See-
why I like Zoro, Usopp, Nami, Sanji, Luffy.
Those are just all the oldest ones.
Yeah, all the oldest ones basically, and it's easy to kind of pit them in there because I've spent the most time seeing their dynamics flourish. And then Frankie gets a huge pass in my book on a lot of them because he's probably the most janky of all of them. And other than Brooke, I would say Frankie is just a walking, living meme. So I can't dislike him. Like I cannot.
the reason-
Brooke is amazing in terms of just what he is. Like
Oh yeah. He definitely.
he's not giving anything new in a fresh way every single time, but I love
He's damn entertaining. Yeah.
he's so damn entertaining.
Yeah. I think my one little bit of defense I'll give for Robin is that one of the reasons, because I totally get what you're saying, but every time that they have her not talking, but like doing something where it's like giving that reminder of where she's come from and how much she's grown, I love that shit because then it makes the backstory stuff feel like it wasn't that long ago.
Right.
Right.
But the way they have to do it is just kind of have her smile and incline
Yes,
her head.
and it is amazing.
Yes,
It is
yes,
wonderful.
right. But we have to then guess at what's going on in her head.
Yeah, and that's good. It piques the curiosity, so you fill in the blanks. It's wonderful.
That's not necessarily good writing.
You can shut your damn mouth, my good man.
I will say that's why she's not necessarily on the lowest here, but she's probably tied for second to last.
Oh my
with
god,
one other.
you fucking degenerate.
Hey, no, you have to choose the worst of a great thing. You have to find the flaws. You have to find the flaws somewhere.
Okay. Well,
Hey,
all right. What's
there
the
you
next
go.
question?
First animated crush. Oh, that's good. Oh shoot. So I have
Tough.
to go. Really that late,
No, that early.
dude? You saw Avatar: Last Airbender when you were like
No.
14.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't
you
watch
didn't have a
animated
crush
stuff
before
then.
like age 11 or 12.
Nah.
Wow. Okay,
I-
so for me,
Yeah.
my first I remember my first fictional character crush was not a live action, but I'm struggling to remember because
Well, yeah, because like animated
'cause
specifically,
cartoon
not
specifically. So
Yeah.
I think it was a Disney movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to say it was because this wasn't one that necessarily lasted long, but I want to say it was either Girl from Atlantis.
Oh, okay.
I think she was probably my first, but
Mhm.
I think it might have been potentially a rewatch of Beauty and the Beast when I was like 10 or something, where I
And
was
you're
just
like,
like,
"Belle."
I was just like, oh.
Reading all those books.
So it's either her name's like Kia or something, or
I believe so. Yeah.
from
from Atlantis.
from Atlantis,
Mhm.
or Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I'm
Gotcha.
pretty sure. What is your most embarrassing sex moment? Easy.
There we go.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a Turkish prison? JK. Okay, yeah. What's the most embarrassing thing you've been caught doing, or just the most awkward moment that you can recall? Hashtag Fedor did nothing wrong.
Okay.
Of course, you would ask one of these questions and stuff. I would say. Oh, no, go ahead.
I got it.
Okay.
So, when I was very young, I want to say like maybe 5 or 6 or something. There was this girl that I had a crush on.
Oh no.
So,
this
so
story.
I was like,
no.
okay, and I'm so young. I'm just like, what is it that people do in situations like this, right?
This is why it took him so long to have an animated crush.
Well, yeah. So
Here we go, guys.
So I ended up being
no.
like, okay, I'll write her a letter.
Oh.
But I'm a very matter-of-fact person, and I was like that even as a little kid, right? So
5
it's
or
the
6, y'all.
yeah. So it's the okay. Well, when boys and girls like each other, they get married. So I was like, instead of the do you like me, check yes, no, all of that stuff, right? I'm thinking we should get married maybe when we're like 22, 23. Check yes or no. This is the worst part. My sister found the letter, showed it to her friends, and then they told pretty much everyone I knew.
Yeah. To be fair, your sister was 7.
My sister was 7. So, can't blame her that much, right? She was 7. But, yeah, didn't get any trust issues at all from that. So, yep.
Yeah. Homeboy went straight for marriage. I respect that. Yeah, that. I remember you telling me about that like 8 years later. And you're like, this is the worst moment of my childhood. I'm like, oh, that's the worst. Yeah.
Yep.
So for me, I'm like thinking, do I have anything that even compares to that? Because a lot of my embarrassing moments are more like I'm not embarrassed, but I'm more like disappointed in myself.
Sure.
Those kinds of stories.
Right.
But like the ones where I experienced the most embarrassment ever, it's more like the saddest moments of my life. So I don't know how to separate the two, if that makes sense. Because what you just said is also one of like the most sad moments probably of your childhood as well.
Yeah.
But because mine I'm thinking of are like the times I felt the most betrayed. It's all like extreme hyper, focused on memories from when I was a kid.
So do you need to drink then?
I have things, but I don't feel like they're necessarily embarrassing. So, like, I could go for just some goofy ones, but they wouldn't really be true. They would be like kind of embarrassing.
I think that's a drink then.
No. I've got something. I'll just do one of the dumb ones then, because I can't think of what's the most embarrassing. I think I got when I was sure. Okay, we'll go with this one because I can't remember anything before like age 10 really well.
I think I know the one you're gonna mention. I don't think.
Well, which one do you think I'm mentioning? Because I'm not probably gonna do that
one. The one where you accidentally crawled into a girl's sleeping bag?
Oh, sure. Okay, let's do that one. Yeah. I kind of spoiled it.
Well,
no, mine wasn't really that embarrassing in that regard. Okay. So, I gotta set the scene though. You got the YouTube clickbait 5-second title thing at the end there, but here's the actual thing. So, I'm at a summer camp. I sleep in the little cabin thing there. Everyone's asleep. I wake up in the middle of the night. I'm on the floor of a cabin. I don't recognize where I am. I don't recognize where I am at all. I look around this cabin. All the bags are different. All the bunk beds are different. The window's in the wrong place. Like, this is before like cell phones and stuff, so I don't even know what time it is. It's dark. I'm cold. This is freaking out. I'm like, I have my little pajamas on, but I've got only like a little tank top on, and I'm like, oh no, this is a really, really nerve-wracking situation. I think I must have sleptwalked into another cabin. Context here. At this point in my life, I had 5 or 6 stories that people had told me of me sleepwalking.
Yep.
I do this a lot. So, me and my genius brain think, because I'm at a different cabin, I need to go to the cabin across the fire pit. So I walk out into the night, over the dirt, into another cabin, which I think is my cabin that I, stayed in and stuff. He was not going to his cabin. He was going to the girl's cabin. I go into this cabin. Things starting to look a little bit familiar, but it still feels wrong. But I know where my bed should be. So I get up into the top of the bunk there, and I start to basically like pull back the covers to sip in there and stuff. And I full on get this poof, like this basically this fist that felt more like a claw attack of sorts, hit me in the side of my head. I freaked out so much. How old was I? Like 11, I would say, like 10 or 11. Yeah. The age matters. No, it was like 10 or 11 and stuff. I fell out of the bunk bed, freaked out, and basically turned on the light because I was freaking out.
What's going on? Yeah.
And the girl up there is just like, whoa, just stammering out and stuff like that. And the counselor lady in this room and stuff like that just stands up and goes, Caleb, really? And I just had this moment of just beet red, just everything, just complete like freaking out and stuff, and just collapsed against the side of the wall on the thing there and just started crying. And they're like, okay, something's going on
up
here.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It was really embarrassing. I don't think that is necessarily the most embarrassing thing ever though, because I can remember vague things from my childhood that were probably a little bit more embarrassing. Probably like me running around naked or something.
Well, but when you're a little...
When I'm a little kid.
Depending on how old you are.
Depending on how old I was, exactly. But something like
Caleb's
that.
always been a little exhibitionist.
Yeah, but I think that was me around age 10, yeah.
Gotcha.
That day little Caleb hit puberty. No, if anything, I was kind of terrified of women in general for probably the next year.
Oh, boy. All right, next meme.
Next meme. All right, what do we got here? What lightsaber forms best fit you? What color and favorite hilt? Ooh,
Gotcha.
I like your style of questions there.
Indeed.
Okay, so for me, I'm a huge fan of Ataru. I think Ataru is one of the kind of the dumbest forms in terms of actual sword fighting and stuff, but it is the one that feels the most like a Force user would actually use.
When they can jump around and
when
be
they
really
can make
fast
those kinds of moves and stuff. Exactly. So I am Hinata chaotic crazy energy, Ataru form 4. I very much love the yellow lightsaber color, and I know that recently that lightsaber color was used in a certain movie that I'll forget about. But in Knights of the Old Republic, I always made sure that I had a yellow or a gold colored lightsaber. And hilt favorite thing, I don't really remember the names of a lot of the hilts in general, but
yeah, it's been a long time since we've played Jedi Knight Jedi Academy to actually remember the ones that listed the names for the different hilts. I'm gonna say that I love like Vapad and Gemso and Juyo and things like that, but the one that I always felt like I would end up really enjoying was Trikata, which is where if you have a lightsaber and its blade extends, couldn't you use that to like bypass the defenses of your enemy, like block and then quickly like slip past and stab them? So more getting into like the customizing the lightsaber to beat them at being a lightsaber.
And then what color?
And then color, probably silver. Ahmed
Skrill is asking, do you have any interest in watching the good One Piece movies?
Yes.
Yeah. When part 6 of JoJo comes out, will it get its own reaction slot, or is it gonna need to win a poll first?
That's
an easy
definitely
question.
never.
I'm gonna drink to that,
Right.
No, it's gonna get its own reaction slot.
Yeah.
Least favorite anime trope. Also, you guys skipped Laconic's question.
Oh.
Did we? No, I don't think we did.
I don't see it.
No.
Yeah, only highlighted questions get answered.
Yeah, it has to be highlighted, and I'm looking Laconic, and I do not see Your
Oh.
question there.
Oh.
Oh, wait, no, it is here. It is here. Have you actively sought out hentai parodies of a show after you've seen a show? If so, what show?
Not
So-
hentai parodies, but I have sought out fanfics. You know,
Right.
smutty fanfics.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly for a little bit for Bleach because damn it, Ichiruki has to happen somehow. But also Black Lagoon. There was actually some pretty good ones for Rock and Revy in there.
Yeah, and mine was a game,
Oh,
and that was Nier Automata.
oh, so recently. I see.
For reasons, yeah, exactly.
Okay, but
But my least favorite anime trope is probably trope.
so
It's probably something to. I don't know. Go ahead.
I'll just say it. My least favorite one is the lolly fan service.
Oh, sure.
I really don't like it.
Yeah.
Like because there's the a lot of my favorite characters in anime definitely subscribe to the general like small cutesy, you know, flat as a board kind of a character design, right? But
Well, no. I'll answer.
okay. But the thing is that there's reasons why I like that design and that like what I think that implies about the character versus the stuff that ends up being put into a lot of anime that I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Really? So yeah, that is my least favorite anime trope.
Yeah, I would say mine probably could be that too, but if I had to choose something like something else, it'd have to be something really innocuous and more just me being kind of petty about it being something that I don't really like. But I think I've just watched so many good anime, I don't really encounter too many of the dumb tropes that are just kind of repetitive and stuff. I think maybe my main one is just bland self-insert protagonists.
Oh, okay.
That's probably the one that's just, it annoys me. It just reminds me of shows that I quit, you know?
Gotcha.
Like, or shows that I wish I had quit.
Sure.
Yeah. Who's your favorite non-Straw Hat character? Oh, okay.
Oh, so characters outside of One Piece too. Cool.
Yeah. No, but they're meeting One Piece. I actually think that recently Jinbei has jumped up there a lot to be
Jinbei
like one
has
of my
been
favorite
pretty awesome.
non-Straw Hats. Like really high up there. But I don't know who is actual one, so I'm just saying Jinbei because that's my more recent
Yeah,
more recent one.
That's tough. I really appreciate. Well, okay, no. Law, yeah, like because
Law,
with
sure.
recently the stuff that's been happening, yeah. I don't know about on an absolute level because there's a lot of One Piece characters, but yeah.
Yeah, I have to Google this one.
Oh,
So this is hilarious, but someone asked, "Who's your favorite member of the Max Rebo band?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, yes!" Now I want to like Google this and find
yeah.
all
see,
the characters.
I don't know much of anyone in the band.
Yeah,
so
it's
the
the
tough
ones that
thing is
play
that-
for Jabba the Hutt and stuff on
Yeah,
the sail barge.
I don't really have one. Like I don't care enough to have a favorite or,
Yeah,
or least favorite.
None
you know?
of them. None of them. We don't
Yeah.
really know anything about them. Least favorite streamed game.
WoW Classic.
Oh,
It was
sure.
one of those things where I was like, oh yeah, I'll try it out because I used to play WoW for a bit. You know,
Yeah.
maybe I enjoy it. No, it's like, oh no, I remember why I quit WoW.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, I've played quite a few games, but I would say of all the games I've played, all of them have been relatively just kind of in that like good like 8 out of 10 minimum, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm picking basically my least favorite at this point.
Yeah, that's right. Because you do a lot more like longer games.
I did
or
a
not as
couple-
many short
I did a
games.
couple indie games. I guess I could say Monster Train because I didn't replay it as much after I finished streaming.
Oh sure, yeah. Monster Train is one of those ones where I absolutely loved it when I was playing it, but
Yeah, I don't
haven't
know.
played it in
I
a
don't
long
know.
time.
I think it would have to be that. It's my guess, I guess, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which apostle from Berserk did everything right? Like, which one did you agree with the most? Okay, so the one that I think was the best executed as far as an apostle goes, and he wasn't
Oh,
even really I don't know if he was really an apostle. Like,
Well,
fully.
because there's the apostles and then there's the God Hand. So just any of the people that became demons are apostles.
Right,
And for that, I'll just say Zod.
Yeah, Zod's the
Yeah.
the only like easy choice here.
Right.
But
It almost seems too easy.
yeah, but the apostle that I'm trying to remember if he was actually technically an apostle or if he became an apostle towards the end was probably one of the best side villains or an arc villain was the priest. He was probably one of the most compelling of all the villains because he was so like self-deluded.
Yeah.
Mosgus.
Mosgus.
Mosgus was an amazing apostle. If I don't
Yeah,
don't remember if
and
he was
doing
an apostle.
everything right. It's like, well, no, not really that, but
But he was a great side villain.
yeah, and
for
he
sure.
did become an apostle. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the part that really made me love Zod, other than just his aesthetic and everything,
Uh-huh.
is when Wild shows up, right? Because Wild's whole thing of like, yes, free, do whatever we want, right? And
Yeah.
it's like, yes, absolutely, you can do that, but so can I, right? And that's the. It just felt like the perfect ultimate rebuttal while not arguing the point that he was making. And yeah, I loved it.
What would you write if you could send Oda an SBS letter? I would write the most absurd, sneaky, gotcha kind of thing to make him say something lewd. I would basically like.
You don't have to be sneaky to get Oda to say something lewd.
No. But I would make him have to like reread it and be like, "How the hell did that?"
Your next line will be
I would manufacture the perfect like easy little note that he starts reading and then he starts reading and then he realizes wait no you got me. Something of that nature.
What I think I would do is I would go into fan fiction territory of like trying to get him to fill out the canon in the world of what happens with the Straw Hats in between adventures. Because I really love seeing the slice of life little elements of the Straw Hats that we get to see, but it's not very much. So I would ask a question that would try and expound on that.
Okay. Least favorite show you reacted to? Oh, I think this is actually kind of easy because we had a show that legitimately just kind of crashed in the last like third of it.
Oh,
and that's that's not necessarily as bad as quality as Domestic Girlfriend's anime was. But the thing was that Domestic Girlfriend as a reaction was clearly the one that I wanted to react to the least. But it was a birthday present for Jacob, and thus I put on a good face for it, dressed up for the occasion, made it a whole like hammy situation, and it was our first kind of troll reaction we ever really did.
Yeah.
But I would say it's actually that time I got reincarnated as a slime because of the quality drop in the latter third of it.
So in my mind, it's not even a contest because you said least favorite show, not least favorite anime.
Oh, dang it, you're right.
Why go for the one where quality drops in the last third, and why not go for the one where the quality was never really anything great to begin with? 10 and 11 Little Roosters.
Yep.
That's
a thing that we did, yeah.
That's a thing that we did.
Jacob is not responsible for that. I forced him to do that. Yep. Remember, guys, you have to submit the question through the berries system, otherwise...
right, otherwise there'd just be too many questions.
Yep. What is the worst you have treated a person?
I actually already told this story recently. But, long story short, for those of you who, I think it was in another podcast, but there was a guy, very soft-spoken, kid, basically, that my sister was hanging out with at the time. And basically I was trying to connect with him, so I was asking him if he liked any TV shows, right? Now, there's a TV show, me, Caleb, and our sister, we would watch That 70s Show. And this show would get advertised in the commercials every single time. The repetitiveness of it was super annoying, but
Is
it also...
the worst thing you've done to a person?
I
got you. Go ahead.
It felt just like and here's the reason why, because I was setting him up for it. It wasn't just that I did something mean that I wish I hadn't, but it was that I specifically did something to like, hey, let's connect, shy person, that where you probably don't like to open up very much.
Right.
And then immediately smacked him back down. And I was drinking water. I took a drink of water after I asked the question. He said this show called Degrassi, which is basically like it was airing like 4 episodes a week. Like that's how like churned out it was of just high school drivel.
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And I did an actual spit take. I didn't mean to, but I did a spit take after he said that.
Yeah.
And he basically just stopped talking after that, and
Yeah.
I felt super bad about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a story that's kind of like I was legitimately just an asshole in this situation where I had a friend that I was rooming with when I was at school, and there was a whole bunch of guys in this place, and this guy was kind of the manager of the house, you know? It's basically a run with the wind situation. Literally a run with the wind situation, except we weren't, track people or anything like that. But the guy was the guy had some social awkwardness with regards to speaking to all of us as a group whenever he needed to announce something about things there. And I, when he wasn't there, ended up kind of joking about that, with a couple of the other guys and stuff. And the guy just walked in right at the time when I was talking about that stuff. And it took about 3 or 4 weeks before we were able to fully patch things up.
Damn.
And it was just one of those moments of where I was like, I'm never gonna gossip about anyone else ever again. It's just not cool. I'm overly sensitive to it now, but it was one of those things of where I think subconsciously I had been the kind of person who had gotten a lot of that in the past. So this was kind of a wake up call of dude, don't
do that.
Don't talk shit about people when they're not there. You go and confront people all the time for sure, but don't be a coward like that. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah. What's currently airing seasonal anime have you thought sounded interesting but not necessarily is something to react to? I don't remember what a lot of the current stuff is, but I wouldn't say that it's not necessarily something to react to. I would just say it's just something that sounds interesting.
Right. So Rent a Girlfriend. That actually seems like the kind of thing that could potentially be interesting. I don't know if it would make for a good reaction because the discussion, I can imagine, might not necessarily be the best.
Gotcha.
But that was one of those ones where I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I wonder if that's any good.
Yeah, I have a couple friends that are really excited about Jujutsu Kaisen, and I think it sounds kind of interesting. Do you ever get recognized in person? If so, has anything awkward, weird happened in these encounters? So we have gone to conventions where people knew we would be there, so they recognized us then.
But
that doesn't really count, I would say.
In the wild.
Yeah, in the wild, I have had this happen once where I was at Frisbee, and there was a guy who was probably about 35, high 30s maybe. And he saw me warming up with everyone, and he kind of walks over and he just goes, "Hey, do you have a channel?" I'm like, "Yes." And he's like, "A YouTube channel? You got you and your brother do Berserk?" Just the way he said we do Berserk, I'm like, this guy full on watches our videos. He's not gonna say react or review or anything like that. He's just like, you guys do this show, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah. And he's like, awesome. I really like your videos, man. I'm like, all right, cool, thanks. And he just kind of like looked left and right and then just ran back to his area of the field and kept practicing. And I was like, huh. All right. Cool. All right, cool.
Yeah. I haven't had anything like that really happen in the wild, not at a convention. But there was a point where I was playing D&D in a Discord that was another anime Discord. It was for Gigic or Sid Snap or something like that. And someone was in the call that because everyone was just sort of hanging out or something. And they decided to, it's like, oh yeah, you guys are going to start playing Pathfinder. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Gotcha.
And then they were like, wait, are you Jacob from Semblance of Sanity? And I was like, yep. And they're like, oh, that's cool. Awesome. Blah, blah, blah. But then they just stuck around in the call.
Yeah.
While we were playing Pathfinder, not saying anything, which is, nice, being respectful and all that stuff. But at the same time, it's like, I'm here to cut loose and just goof off and have fun. Okay.
Yeah, that's awkward. All right, what villain do you love to hate? You don't even respect them, but they're still good. Oh, Lad Rousseau. Lad Rousseau is just disgusting. But I love to hate him so much.
Yeah,
Lad Rousseau from Bacano is just one of those psychopaths that is so much fun, and yet he's just awful. He is awful. Oh my god.
I'll say Bondrewd.
Bondrewd.
So,
Sure.
he's like
Sure.
there
yeah.
is no part of me that respects him or anything of that nature,
Yeah.
but damn, I love to hate him.
Yeah.
Because that's, I mean, really, even if I hate him, like deeply, it's still something where that's part of the entertainment value.
Right. What is your dreams and goals? Okay, that's pretty vague, but I would say one of my dreams specifically is I want to have some kind of vocation or work idea where I can basically bring about ways for people to connect over a thing. So I'm kind of already doing that a little bit, but I would like that to be the continuation of whatever my life is in general. As far as like little goals in general, I don't really have any big ones that much, but yeah, I would say that kind of fits. Sure.
I want to make something that exists beyond myself that can take on a life of its own. And I'm not talking about like having kids, but like, so with the channel or with Battle Lines, for instance, something where, even if I were to take my hands off of this thing, it would still have its own little life, out there. So whether that's stories or characters or things like that.
This is a good one. Bom de Luputo saying something you don't like about your brother's favorite anime. So yours is a silent voice, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Right? Okay, so then mine would be Haikyuu, just to keep it simple.
Sure.
So we do that. So for me, what I don't like about a silent voice, specifically, is every once in a while, the movie-wise, the pacing just janks out.
Yep.
Just like really badly.
No, I totally get that.
It is the one thing that keeps it from being a masterpiece to me. Like the delivery method of the story at times just it feels like it's an adaptation problem. Or just
right.
It was
the fact
never
that
meant to be a
the fact that
visual
it's
thing.
7 volumes, well, more like 6 volumes, is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And on that topic, somehow the first time I watched it, it was like a director's cut or something, but it was like 2 hours and 40 minutes.
And you haven't found that version since.
Like, there's a part of me where I'm even starting to doubt myself of like, did that ever exist?
Did you ever see that?
But the first time I read the manga, there were scenes in the manga that I recognized from the movie.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, but they aren't in the movie. So, yeah.
All right, so Jacob,
and then,
roast Haikyuu. What's the thing you don't like about it?
So, okay, yeah, no, here's the thing I don't like about Haikyuu. We don't actually get a lot of growth from the characters.
Ooh.
So, like, we do get it.
Is this a percentage-wise things because there's too many characters? Or...
A little bit because it's too many characters.
Okay.
But also because...
or just not enough growth.
No, it's also because I feel like it sometimes the volleyball holds it back.
Oh.
Because they need to compete because this is a sports anime, right? And we need to follow the tournament arc structure and things like that.
Sure.
But...
yeah.
Sometimes I think you could have, like with Yachi, I think Yachi's introductory episode is a prime example of this. There was like no volleyball really that was happening in Yachi's episode, and that is one of my favorite episodes of Haikyuu. And it's a standalone thing, or maybe it was multiple episodes where she gets introduced and then she has her focus episode right after. But the point is, if we had more episodes like that with the other characters, I think that would be absolutely fantastic for Haikyuu as a show.
Red Alchemist with the Twitch Prime for 21 months. Watashi wa kita! Hey, nice. Okay, so my question is, when are you guys going to get into starting more manga streams and reactions with the recent additions of movies, extra dictator slot, etc.? Manga is such an underrated medium and deserves more love.
Well, One Piece is going to end eventually.
Yeah, One Piece will end eventually. We are already doing more. Just in the recent stuff, we added the one for Run with the Wind and Hibiki Euphonium being 2 slots instead of 1. And ReZero Season 2 reactions are going to come eventually.
Right, but specifically manga
is
stuff.
Manga?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't really have an answer for you in that regard.
Yep. I mean, hey,
I guess I'll drink because I don't really have a good answer.
I'll keep doing my Attack on Titan catch-ups and Komi catch-ups and things like that.
Ooh, what about each other annoys you the most?
Yep. this is something that also annoys me about myself, but because of like how we were raised, our dad is a very technical person, you know?
Yep.
And as a result of this, we were two of the people in our family that I think were able to jive with that the best. And
Because we were the oldest guys, I think.
right.
Yeah.
And then, but as a result of that, I feel like we tend to go into the what is the objective truth kind of way of thinking about things.
Wow, we don't even know how to approach it.
Right.
Yeah.
As opposed to talking about our opinions on things and having that truly be okay, that it's just an opinion that's thrown out there, right? As opposed to what is the correct way of viewing something,
Yeah, I think that mine is basically a shade of that as well, is that Jacob, in some ways, is so similar to me at times that what I see in me and him annoys me.
Oh,
So when I see him do something that I don't like about me, I end up getting kind of pissed off because I'm like, damn it, like I'm perpetuating this. So I guess in some ways that's kind of it. Is that Jacob and I can both be rather kind of proud and stubborn in times. So
Yes, definitely.
That kind of comes out in that regard. Yeah. All right. Favorite villain in My Hero, and which backstories of them are you most curious to find out? I mean, obviously the best villain in My Hero Academia is Gentleman Lebrave. Clearly, the greats when it comes to villains in My Hero Academia. No, but seriously, the one that I'm actually the most curious about just in general is Shigaraki, as long as they keep developing him. The more time we get basically with the promise that Shigaraki is endgame for My Hero Academia, the more interest I have in him as a character. And thus I want more backstory and development. And
so I'm going to kind of cheat this question a bit because he's not
really?
a technical villain, but when he was introduced in the story, he was the villain of the story of where he was at, Endeavor, in season 2 of MHA. And we ended up getting good backstory stuff from him, and it was amazing.
Right. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. If you could tour the world of an anime, where and when, if relevant? I would probably do a place for the universe just to go to Antarctica. That would be really, really freaking awesome.
That's very tough.
Oh my god, I just saw the next question.
I don't know. I want to say Attack on Titan, but no, that's not it. Like, maybe no.
You
no.
want to tour Attack on Titan?
If I could figure out how to tour it and have it work, like maybe. No, Haruhi. I would want to step into the Haruhi world, but that'd be more touring things with the characters because I think that everything's so wacky there. It'd be great.
Right. Zenomex asks, which one of you bros are bigger, Kappa?
Well, I'm 6'4", Caleb's 6'2".
Yeah, you can do the math there then.
Yep, exactly.
We both have, what size shoe are you?
I'm 14.
Cool. I'm size 13, so
yeah,
there you go. Everything tracks.
Yep.
Have fun with that. Red Alchemist 8. Okay, so for my question is, when are you guys going to get into starting more manga streams reactions?
Okay, yeah, same one.
So same question, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the official Bakemonogatari Madoka crossover art of the Bake girls as magical girls? And if you have, whose magical girl design is your favorite? I've not seen them.
I don't think I've seen them.
Please
Yeah,
send
send that to
us
us
in the art channel in our Discord, please.
Yeah.
That sounds really awesome. Favorite VTubers? I don't know any VTubers or really watch any VTubers, so I'm just gonna drink because I don't watch any. So
I feel like this isn't much of an answer, and yeah, I'll drink to it too, but
let's
I watched a bit of what's her face? Calliope, yeah.
And I know her name, but I haven't even watched any of her stuff.
Yeah, I really liked like what I saw from her content, but the thing is that like it's the Calliope was the one that basically made me think, oh yeah, the VTubing style, that's a good style for content, right? I didn't necessarily like see anything that she was doing that made me be like, oh yes, I definitely want to watch those streams. So I didn't have much attachment to, I didn't have the chance to get much attachment to her as a character. But the fact that she didn't seem to have too much of a character, I really like that.
Sure. Not enough drinking. Best boobs in One Piece. Go. Boa Hancock. Right? Clearly?
Yeah.
Clearly?
Yeah.
Best boobs?
It's Boa.
Yeah, Boa Hancock. Yeah. Otherwise, we could just say Blackbeard. What are some of your favorite non-anime albums, artists, and music in general?
Not. Oh God. Well, okay. Ruby soundtrack. Haha. Because Ruby isn't an anime.
Wow.
No, that's a cop out.
Yeah, that is such a cop out. I do like soundtracks for movies and games and stuff like that. I'm such a dork. I don't really know anything about like really good music specifically, but if I had to go and pick some stuff there. Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of video game soundtracks recently.
Yeah, basically all my stuff that I listen to is video game soundtracks or stuff. Either that or AMV lists where it's just this was in an AMV that I really liked.
Have you ever faked liking a show you watched or a game you played?
No, but
not
this is
really.
this is one of the things that we try and do. We try and make sure that if there's something that we don't like, because perceptions can dictate reality very easily, right? So if there's something that we don't enjoy in a show, we'll try and be like, okay, yeah, maybe we don't like this, but surely there's something here that we do like, right? And then we'll try and like
every
draw
show
that
has
out
weak
of it.
episodes.
Exactly.
Like there's a really weak episode in Great Teacher Onizuka that I still remember as like,
Oh yeah,
this was just
why?
abominable.
Yeah, why was this here? You know?
Yeah, and no, I didn't fake it. I just was like, guys, what is this?
Right, you know,
What is
when
this?
you see something where it's like, oh, that, you know, it's kind of like Smeagol when he's got the whole, you know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Favorite ecchi anime? Probably Konosuba, technically.
Kill la Kill.
Oh, Kill la Kill.
Like, it's not
Ooh.
hard ecchi, you know, but
Well, actually, Jacob, Kill la Kill or Konosuba?
Kill,
Which do you like more?
God.
I have to say Konosuba.
Konosuba definitely I liked more on rewatch. Like, it
Yeah.
has more rewatch value for me, but I liked Kill la Kill more first experience.
Konosuba is so fun to watch in both sub and dub.
Yeah,
Kill la
it's
Kill also
like
has a
two
pretty
whole
decent
different
dub, too.
shows. Like,
But it is an entirely different show in the dub.
like both are legitimate contenders for like, you know, when you're talking about what shows your favorite.
What is your favorite type of hentai?
Vanilla. I think vanilla is a good flavor, damn it. It's something where I feel like a lot of the time, you know, it's but does it have anything extra to sort of draw the attention? No. You can have it be wholesome and wonderful, and it can be amazing.
So
Yeah.
of the few hentai that I've seen, the only scenes that I like legitimately like were like, ooh, yeah, was the scenes that were like outside.
No.
I actually like. It seems stupid, but I think I'm gonna kind of go like, I don't really have a favorite type of hentai, but the scenes that were outside were like, ooh, that's spicy.
No,
That's
I'm right
risky.
with you there. Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any flawed works of fiction you would like to see retried by another creator?
Oh. Well, any flawed works of fiction. Yes, there tend to be
Yes,
those.
that does.
Retried by another creator.
So, I would say, just personally,
Yep.
I would like to see the Hobbit movie redone. I would like to see the Hobbit movie
Oh.
purged and
Yeah.
given a reshot. I want a one movie Hobbit movie. I want it to be basically D&D misadventures, have it be 3.5 hours long, and just, that's it, one movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, here's what I'll say. A lot of anime, actually. I really wish that anime original endings were more accepted.
Oh.
Because I feel
okay.
like with a lot of the production schedules, basically, for the original source material, it doesn't give it the best shot of being as refined in a narrative sense as it could be. So, with certain things like Haruhi, Spice and Wolf, Black Lagoon, things like that, right? Those are shows that I desperately want third seasons to. But having read some of the original source material, I understand why it's not going to get it. Not just because advertising for the source material, but also because if they were to make a third season and it were to follow the source material, it wouldn't be that great of a season. So I would love if there would be more instances of people just saying, you know what? Let's do our own thing. Let's do something completely different, right?
Yeah.
And tell our own story using the original basis that we have, and then
Makes
there we
sense.
go.
Cool. Yeah. What does your family think about your YouTube channel? Do they know about it? And do they approve?
They do know about it.
They do know about it. They do approve.
They're
and
confoozled a bit.
What they think about it is all kinds of hilarious.
Yeah.
We could start basically like our own little like form of like silly reactionary content of SOS Bros family reacts to
Yep.
SOS Bros. Like that's the kind of like silly thing that it could
Oh,
be
yeah.
because we hear about every once in a while that like a brother like is just chilling in the Discord or something. Or
Oh,
like
uh-huh.
our dad like watched our Anahana reactions
Yeah,
and loved
yeah,
them.
yeah. Like that was
Like things and stuff like that where we're like,
right. Or the more common one is unboxing videos. For some reason, maybe it's because it's the idea of watching anime. It's like it's hard for family to have any gauge of like that being valuable. But when
Right.
it's like, oh, people are actually sending stuff into them, that's concrete. Right?
Right.
So then
Yeah.
it's the whether it's our dad or mom or sometimes potentially even relatives, not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we have extended family that legitimately are
Mm-hmm.
closet fans of ours, and it's really funny to be like, "Oh, we're visiting the cousins,"
Oh, uh-huh.
and like one of them is like, "Yo, like, when are you gonna like get more
Right.
of this show?"
Yeah, we
going?
literally had a
Like,
point where
chop, like,
where it
let's
was like
go.
yeah, Haikyuu, come on. Like
Yeah. Like, come on, dude, get going. And we're like, dude, it's literally being edited right now. And
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, yeah, and like, it was funny.
There's also I love it whenever this isn't just family or relatives, but whenever someone refers to our channel as a blog. God,
Oh no.
I
Because
just
you know what that means in their minds? Blog is hobby on internet that makes no money. That is what
sure.
it is.
Yeah, but it's also they do not know at all what we do. And
They do
maybe
not
it's best
have
that
any
way.
idea.
Right?
I don't like telling my family about the logistics of the whole thing.
Oh, yeah,
because
me neither.
They end up basically just looking more confused and then regretting that they asked. Mm-hmm. Like, that is the worst part about this, is that almost every time family members ask about the whole thing, I tell them exactly what they asked for. Mm-hmm. And at the end, they're like, I
Glazed
didn't really
over.
care that much. Like, and it's just
Right.
Anyway, have you theorized about Berserk's ending? Yes. A lot. What would be a fulfilling conclusion to Guts and Griffith's story? This
That's
is
a
lot
second
of
question.
Yeah. Personally, I dislike the idea of a big battle. I'd prefer a symbolic victory for Guts, like he would move on from Griffith as something insignificant, let Griffith ruin himself, something like Griffith being consumed by his ambitions again, and having to face his past actions, being consumed by the souls of the Band of the Hawk members in the Vortex of Souls would be a cool scene.
All I'll say is that one of my favorite parts from Berserk that is also, I think, not necessarily exactly, but thematically how
Yeah.
Berserk could be resolved. Just you remember that bitch slap? How good that felt? I want something along those lines.
Sure.
But,
yeah.
done in a proper Guts fashion and the like, however that works. But yes, it is the emotional battle that needs to be won, not the physical.
For sure.
Not just the physical.
IBG Music, greatest regret. I have an instant one here. So
Oh.
I have a person in my life that I had the fastest connection and like instant like love at first sight. Like it was all like roses and stupid cheesiness. She was drawing Avatar: The Last Airbender symbols and the Leaves from the Vine song.
I remember that. Yeah.
This summer vacation area that I'd go to every once in a while, and I full on like fell hard, like immediately went straight up to her, introduced myself, just started talking. Just for some reason I was actually decent at banter that day, and instantly got her number. Spent like the next 3 days on the phone, texting, chatting, and stuff like that. Hung out a bunch. And then it was the moment of, okay, I gotta go back home. And I said, no, I want to keep in touch. And she was like, I don't necessarily like you that way. And oh my God.
Oh, that's how it happened?
No, this gets worse, guys.
Oh
This
my
gets
God.
worse. So she says, I don't necessarily like you that way, right?
Oh no.
It gets worse.
Oh no.
So I then have like everything in me like shrink inside, and I'm like, okay, all right. I guess the last few days we just found a good friend. Yeah, that's great. All right, cool. So I lied and then said, "What? No,
Oh!
I just, you know,
Oh, no.
like I thought we had a really good connection here, and I just wanted to keep in touch a little bit and stuff." Gets even worse. So then she leaves. We have like little bits of interaction of sorts when she leaves.
Oh, no.
About 2 years later, yes, I have all this I've shut out that whole thing. I don't want to feel anything about this at all. I'm like, nope, you don't exist in my life. I just text you every once in a while just to catch up and see how you're doing, but I don't meaningfully engage because I know I don't want to get hurt again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this time she texts me and says, "Hey, can we talk?" I'm like, "Sure, what about?" And she's like, "No, on the phone." And I'm like, not thinking at all about what this is. She calls me back and says, "Hey, remember when I left?" And like basically what she kind of was stammering out awkwardly was, "Do you want to try to do this over again?" And
Oh, no.
Here's what I said.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Here's what I said. I'm wanting to make sure I get these words right here because I think what I said was the equivalent of, I've kind of removed you from my life.
Holy shit.
I don't want to deal with that again. And she just kind of goes, "Oh, okay. Good luck. It was nice chatting with you." And yeah. That is my greatest regret.
Wow.
Ever in my life. Yeah.
Feel free to drink if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, there's so many ways I've looked at this from multiple angles and talked to so many people, and they're like just like, "Damn, dude. Like,
fuck.
You want to like look her up and like see if there's a shot at least? Like, you can't really lose anything if it just works horribly, nothing." But I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. When did you start regretting that? Painfully
10 seconds
enough,
after?
No. I was so flustered by the fact that I could hear her voice. Because I instantly remembered seeing her the first time and interacting and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
And basically that moment was just the thing of where I was like, I don't believe in love at first sight. Like, I don't believe in that kind of romance. That kind of stuff is just kind of bullshit. So I don't know. I just kind of closed up a bit after that. I think I regretted it like literally like 3 years later.
Worst thing I did to someone was, bruh, it wasn't that.
Well, in terms of like in terms of like the worst thing I did to someone, like I feel like this was more of a thing of this is like the worst thing I did to myself.
Yeah.
Like obviously this hurt her a lot.
Right.
Like definitely, but
yeah.
I don't know how it hurt her because I lost communication after that.
Okay,
I did
so
like the worst thing possible, which was, "Hey, I could have just said thank you, but I'm not interested right now."
All right.
But no.
Okay,
no,
so
didn't do that.
originally, so there were the original thing that I was going to say is actually kind of a boring one. Basically, when the channel was going and stuff, and the Patreon money was coming in, I made a decision to buy a lot of Tesla stock. And I sold it.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing, dude. I love how much this gets brought up.
I got like a 25% gain on it. It feels so shallow to bring it up after what you said. I got like a 25% gain on it.
It just pulled me out of my funky mood. That's just...
And literally, like, right after I sold it, it started skyrocketing. Right now, it would be worth like 15 times what it originally was worth. And I put a lot of the Patreon money into it, right? So, yeah, but like, I bought it at 200 before the 5-for-1 split that just happened, like a while back. 200 before the 5-for-1 split. So, So,
okay.
but in a more serious sense, first crush I had where I told the girl I liked her, I was
Right.
17. I had liked her for 2 years. It was a girl that I knew.
Whoa, you're doing two, man?
So this, so
Save this for some other
so this was something where you brought up something similar. So
I guess.
and I finally told her how I felt about her, but she didn't like me, right? So that sucked, right? But I got kind of bitter as a result of that. There was this other girl that I was pretty damn sure liked me.
Gotcha.
Liked me quite a bit. The main reason why I thought the girl that I liked didn't like me was because of the age difference. She was 2 years older than I was, right? And at that
Gotcha.
time, it means a bit more, right?
Sure.
This girl
little
was
bit,
2 years younger than me.
Okay.
So, for about 2 years or so, maybe 3, where I was pretty sure that this girl liked me quite a bit,
Right.
I did nothing.
Yeah.
I did literally
Yeah.
nothing. I didn't talk to
Been
her or anything
there.
like that.
Yeah.
And this was a good girl, right? Like
Right.
the kind of girl where it's like if you brought her home to the parents, they would be like, you know, like she was a real awesome gal, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Didn't do anything.
didn't.
Yeah. I feel you.
And then eventually she just, it's like, oh my god, fucking idiot,
Yeah.
Jacob.
Ahmed with the. Have you watched any of the Trash Taste podcast episodes? Yeah,
Yes.
I've watched I think almost all but 3 of them.
I think I've watched like 70 or 80% of them.
Yeah. What do you think about doing reactions to the Fate Heavens Feel movies?
Reactions, I don't know.
Sure, maybe.
Yeah, like
Maybe.
movie reactions are really exhausting, but
Very exhausting.
but,
yeah.
but possibly.
Possibly. I'm a big fan of the Fate franchise in the Fate Zero and UBW kind of instance of things. Thanks for the bit, CC.
Oh, yeah, let's go through some of
But
those.
I think this is a bit of abusing the system here. We do want it to be a community-focused thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to answer your questions here, but no bits-related questions for this one here. Because we don't need the bits specifically, but 2, the thing makes it as a way that you could spam questions, basically.
Right.
Beyond the channel points things. What is the worst you have been treated? I think I had a point where I had some childhood friends lead me out to a forest and then basically revealed that they weren't my friends and they thought I was stupid and I was just a little kid. And then they ran and left me in the woods and I had to find my way out again.
Shit.
I think that's the worst I've been treated.
I would.
We'll speed round these.
Yeah, I would probably say this. The thing I said before about the love letter that got circulated around to everyone I knew.
Yeah. And then what is something that gives you hope? I would say
That humans are powerful people and that we can have, even if we don't have full control over our own destiny, we can affect it.
yeah. I would say that there was a point where I was hanging out with some people in a food court, and there was this old couple that kind of came over to us, and it was kind of the old couple going over to the young kids, and we're like, what do these old geezers want? And they basically were like, do you guys need food? You guys doing okay? You guys want lunch? And I was like, I thought they were gonna be like, you're being too loud, you should leave and stuff like that. It's little instances like that where old people, specifically old people, to me, I don't know why, but just in general, have just been really kind to me. And there's a lot of little moments that I have a ton of little stories like that, but those give me hope for humanity just in general.
Yeah.
That we can reach across generations and groups and things like that, and it's just really sweet stuff. Do you think that there are people that are unable to change? Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes. Even the change that happens is because that's the kind of person they are. So.
Do you ever feel like your life is lacking something? If yes, what? If no, why? I mean, definitely feel like it's lacking some things. At
Happiness.
times. Yeah, I feel like a peace of mind, so semblance of sanity. Yeah, that's definitely a thing there.
Yeah, I don't really have hobbies anymore because of the channel in a lot of ways, because anime is now a job and things like that. So I've been really struggling to keep a list of hobbies.
Mom for Nova, thank you so much for the 100 bits. CC3112, these are great, those little 100 bits messages, but I thank you that you're not doing any more for this one right here.
Yeah.
But your final one was something you guys decided not to share, something personal with us. What makes you guys come to that decision?
Sometimes it's off topic.
Sometimes it's off topic and it involves other people that we very much care about. And this is kind of my whole I don't like to gossip thing. I don't like to talk about other people when they're not here.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Especially if they're people that you could find out who they are, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is a female animated character you would want to step on you?
Oh.
Satsuki?
Satsuki?
Yeah.
Revy?
Revy. Yeah, definitely. I would say Armstrong.
Rukia.
Olivia Armstrong. Rukia?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, sure. Mikasa? Yeah.
Nah.
Definitely a few there in that regard. Caleb, your thoughts on Naruto? Oh, Nanako from Persona. I haven't played Persona, so I'm guessing you're talking about Jacob here?
No, I think they are talking about you just from... I have very intense feelings about that character.
I have no idea who that is, so...
Okay.
Yeah, I'll drink because I can't answer, basically. Do you have a history with Pokemon? Anime, games, manga, movies? Do you have a history with Pokemon? Question mark. Anime, games, manga, movies, and I guess stuff like fondest memories of your favorite Pokemon and or characters.
No,
but there was a girl I liked that really liked Pokemon at the time, so I very much tried to memorize a lot of the names of the Pokemon at the time, and to this day, I have about, I would say about 30 of like the base Pokemon kind of names, pretty recognizable, but then I also played a bit of Pokemon Go, so that doesn't necessarily help. Anohana or plastic? No hard feelings.
Anohana, hands down.
Yeah.
I love the fact that Anohana is about dealing with it after the fact, whereas plastic does a really good job of it, but I feel like it's just going up to that big moment. I want to see all the stuff after.
Yeah. When can we launch the glorious disaster of the next Discord faction event? I need to see you guys memed to death again. Red Swan parody OP by Zeke's baseball team memories. I am not mentally capable of doing a Discord faction event for a good chunk of time. I am in survival mode with regards to just life stuff in general.
Yep.
So Discord faction event is getting postponed probably till next year.
And my answer is that Caleb
does
manages,
that.
Yeah, that's not my division.
Yeah. Okay, now we're getting all the not like thises and stuff from the previous thing there. Oh my god, yeah, that was something else. Thoughts on eventually doing a Terraria playthrough, assuming you guys haven't finished that game before.
I have not. I've started playing it a little bit with some friends of mine in a D&D group, but not gotten far or anything.
Gotcha. Yeah, I need to adjust my posture.
Thank you.
Shadow One. Yeah, I have not played Terraria at all, though. So Caleb equals Hachiman? Guys, if only you knew. Like, there are so many things about Hachiman that I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember being kind of like that. I think the thing though is that Hachiman is even in and of itself, I think he is a bit exaggerated at times because he's so smart. Like there's these aspects about anime protagonists that make them more entertaining is that one, when they're extremely competent in the thing, that there's their shtick, and Hachiman is actually incredibly smart. The part about him that is more mild, if you will, the less extreme parts, those are the parts that give me the big oof of like painful relatability. What age did you guys first start watching porn?
I don't like porn. I think it's weird. Like, I get why people like it, but it seems just... No.
Yeah, I don't really remember. It was pretty young, though.
Yeah.
It was pretty young for me, so I don't remember the actual age, though. Skolak with the tier 1 sub for 4 months. Thank you. If there were as many chimps as there were people, they were as common seen as squirrels, do you think we would survive? 7 billion of them. Would they take over? Would we go to war? What would happen?
There wouldn't be 7 billion of them for long.
Yeah, I would say what would happen rather quickly is if we give an even distribution of population based on the squirrel population distribution, I would say that rather quickly there would be certain geographic areas that would basically form factions of these chimps, and the chimps would basically be something that we would just kind of fence off. But the problem is that we couldn't really fence them off without them getting around it. So there'd be a lot of animal rights activists and stuff kind of being like, whoa, we need to find a way to not just start killing off all the chimps. So
Humans are good at that. I have no doubt.
I don't have a
that-
lot of hope for humanity in that regard. We would get really quick at
well,
efficiently killing off a lot of them.
or rather, I do have hope for humanity in that regard. We are very good at doing that sort of
Yeah.
thing. So the chimps would not beat us.
Yeah, it's
like
true.
even things like zombie apocalypses and stuff. No, humans would win.
Who's your favorite anime worst girl who also happens to be best girl?
Aqua, I feel like.
Yeah, I was literally thinking
Aqua?
in Konosuba it has to be like Darkness, right?
Yeah, either Darkness or Aqua.
Darkness
like,
or Aqua.
And yeah, but
It's really like the best worst girls in anime are from Konosuba. That's
Basically.
that I don't make this stuff up.
I don't make the rules.
I don't
Yeah,
make the
yeah.
rules. That just do be how it is.
Uh-huh.
Are there any VNs you're interested in?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm
don't
interested
know.
in VNs in general. Specific ones that I'm interested in, I don't know, but I feel like that's just because I don't know too much about them. I am curious about like playing the original Fate Stay Night eventually, just to see what the different routes are like and all that. But yeah,
Gotcha. Which two anime characters would you like to meet?
well, once you said two, I immediately thought Isaac and Miria.
I think I technically have to drink from that previous one because I didn't really give a sufficient answer.
But yeah, I don't know. Two anime characters I'd like to meet.
Hmm.
Oh no,
So-
I know. Iskandar for one of them,
Ah,
and then Hana from Wolf Children. She is best mom. She is best mom.
yeah.
I think I could learn
Yeah.
so much just from talking to her.
So for me, oh man, for me, can I say Uncle Iroh? I want to say Iroh.
I feel like yes, that's obvious, but that's easy and that's not an anime.
Okay,
Like
fine. I would say I'd love to meet like Thorkel from Vinland Saga.
yeah.
I would love to meet Thorkel and
Hi.
like jump on his shoulders and be like, "Let's go!" And he'd be like, "Yeah!" And I'd tell him crazy stories, and he'd be like so entertained. I'm like, "This is all bullshit. Like, this is all fiction, like anime inspired
Right,
stories
right.
and stuff." So it'd be Thorkel and Jotaro Kujo,
Both of the beefy.
beefy Chad.
Yeah,
boys.
yeah.
Yeah. Now that you're watching Hibike Euphonium, what instrument would you guys most like to play? Doesn't have to be from the show specifically.
Piano, hands down.
Yeah, I think piano is a very easy one to pick, but I 100% would play cello. I would definitely play cello.
Okay, if not piano, for saxophone. I think saxophone is an incredibly sexy instrument, and I would love to play it, but
that's awesome.
mainly piano.
What are your guys' strongest memories? Okay, I have one, but it's one that is more reinforced by pictures and stories and stuff like that. But I have always a memory of running, but the thing that was always fun about the running was that I would run so fast that it felt like I was constantly falling, but I could keep moving forward. So it was really cool. I was a
Okay.
really wobbly-headed, like, bobblehead kind of kid, and I would run around so much that it felt like I was flying, but it was like my head and my force of momentum was carrying me into whatever was happening. And I remember a couple times, I was such a nerdy little kid, when I was like 7, I instigated this game where it was basically just a race. We just run around a building, and me and a bunch of friends and stuff would run around and we'd pretend to be in pod racers.
Oh, I remember
So I think
that.
I
yeah.
had to be 8 then, because 1999 was when the Phantom Menace came out.
And you had to do this thing for when you were turning.
So
and
yeah,
stuff.
when you were turning, you had to slow down and you had to do this based on which way you were turning. So yeah, that's probably one of my strongest memories.
My strongest memories would have been from the time writing Battle Lines. So, and not necessarily for like fully positive reasons, because I'd always wanted to write a book, and it was one of those things of like, I can't let myself be one of those people that doesn't ever write a book but always wants to, and then lets it turn into this thing where it's if only I had done that kind of a thing. So, and it was just very, very difficult. So, yeah, strongest memory would be that whole span of time.
Cool. Have you heard of anything about the recent anime Muno Nanana?
I don't believe so.
No, I have not. Meet each other was what you meant.
Oh.
Oh, if I had to have two anime characters meet each other, I would want to have it be someone from a fictional universe and our real world, but in an anime. So,
Gotcha.
if anything, I would like to have a Fate character meet someone from like Attack on Titan. Like
Gotcha.
the idea of it just being a thing of where they're like, I am trying to understand. Yes, absolutely. So it'd be like Shiro meets Eren Yeager. Like
Gotcha.
that would be so funny to see these
Okay.
these dumbass boys just I love them so much, and yet they have such a unique little mental burden that they each share of their own like kind of burdened protagonists. And I would love to see the two of them like interact. That would just be fun.
I don't know. That's really tough. That's really tough. Yeah, we already answered the first one. It's
Drink.
okay. Yeah.
Do you hear what I hear? It's the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. JK. What do you guys plan to replace One Piece for the manga stream, or are you just putting that decision off until the next decade? We're putting it off.
We're putting it off. Yeah.
Laconic Gibbets with a Twitch Prime for 10 months. Enjoy the drinks. Thank
you.
Thank you so much. Wow, in
Yeah.
sync.
Seriously.
Don't feel bad about your investment, Jacob. I invested in oil option stocks minutes before the COVID vaccine was announced. The oil price skyrocketed and I lost $2,000 in the span of 10 seconds.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. Wow. That was your thing. Got you, Sakroni. Yeah. Here's a wholesome one. What was the best thing you guys did for each other? Oh. Okay. So, in terms of like the things that I think ever, like, oh man, I think there was a couple times in the channel's whole creation and stuff where I basically had ideas of ways that things could go, and Jacob just kind of gave me the like, go ahead, just I trust you, just do whatever. And I think that's been the thing that I really respect the most about Jacob at times, is that every once in a while he'll be like I like that idea, here's a little bit of feedback here. But sometimes he'll just be like, oh, I don't know, dude, I trust you. You got this. And it's something that I just like from people in general. But whenever someone like tells me to just go and do a thing that they think I can 100% do, and they don't like breathe down my neck or even give like kind of a, I'm going to watch to make sure you're doing it right or something like that. God, it just fills me with like this validation and just like, okay. But I'd have to think back, because I think there were a couple birthday things that you did for me that were really cool too. But I don't know. What about you?
Okay. Caleb is one of the people that got me into reading a lot.
Oh.
Because so one of the things that was kind of a thing growing up, right, was that there's a sister in between us as far as age order, right? So we're 4 years apart. 4 years of difference makes a lot, means a lot when you're really young, right? So Caleb didn't have too many people to play with, right? Because like just that,
I like one friend like down the street.
Yeah, but that was about it. Like friends that he would see and stuff, but not as much of like the constantly hang out kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
So we ended up hanging out a lot, and a lot of the stuff that you found that you thought would be really cool or whatever you were interested in, you would sort of like bring me in on it. So whether that was tabletop RPGs, whether that was reading or all kinds of other things, board games, that basically that was a lot of my life growing up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We could say what's your favorite thing about the channel and each other?
It makes me enjoy anime more.
Yeah.
It is a little bit different because sometimes y'all piss me off, but like the fact that it's a way to focus on anime specifically, right? Not be thinking about something else. There have been anime that were good anime that I watched, but I was watching them while doing something else, or it was late at night and I was binging and I wasn't fully paying attention, and I feel like I really didn't give them the proper best foot forward kind of a thing.
Right.
So that's fantastic. And then the fact that the nonsense that comes out of my mouth sometimes you guys think is awesome is really cool too.
Yeah. My favorite thing about the channel for sure is that it gives me the freedom to express myself in a way that I'm not going to get any kind of clamping down on, and have it be wild, crazy, and what have you. After all, I did come up with the name for the channel. That is
No, you didn't. It was a joint venture thing, but I was the one who ended up deciding on Semblance of Sanity.
Yeah. The pun. Which of these brains, which of these minds do you think came up with Semblance of Sanity?
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
It was me.
it was me. Yeah. And in that, it's the idea that my craziness and my wild, just unhinged just expression is something that I never really felt comfortable sharing in general, but the channel actually makes it accepted and, what have you. So, yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is that it makes it easier to get this guy into anime because it was really hard to sell Caleb on anime back before the channel, right?
Yeah.
Because he knew that I had a thing for the finer tastes, even though that wasn't fully developed, at that point in time. And the channel was like this thing of, haha, we're watching anime together, and it's going to be great.
Yeah. You guys want to get married or have kids? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I would say that in some ways that's one of the things that I've kind of got as a dream or goal, but it's more of one of those things of where I'm like, I've not got any specific expectations regarding it. Mm-hmm. It's just something that would be really nice to have because I really like big family. I'm a big fan of that. What's the whole process of getting...
and yes, I do too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, gotcha.
Sometimes I've wondered if kids, but
yeah. What's the whole process of getting a video out? I know you have editors now, but do you give them specific guidance or anything?
We do. We have three different editors for the reactions, and then one for the Twitch highlights.
Yep.
And yeah, we do give sometimes pretty specific instructions. But as far as other editing jobs for YouTube, our editing jobs are pretty easy. You know, so it's just keep the clips this size or less.
Yeah. In fact, if anything, not even kidding, if you have editing as a background, email our YouTube channel, reach out. Mm-hmm. We might be looking for additional editors at some point.
Yep.
So, straight up, only serious business inquiries, of course.
Right.
But there is in the About section of our YouTube channel, there is an email there. Mm-hmm. And if you send that, you'll get a response from me regarding potential work as an editor.
Yeah.
But, yeah. What do you like more, One Piece or Berserk?
One Piece.
I think...
One Piece easily. I love the just fun energy.
Yeah, I think the tough thing about that is that I haven't read any Berserk in a while. So, if anything, I would have to say One Piece because of the highs of One Piece recently have been just so good.
Yeah.
But I really do love Berserk as well.
Right. I feel like it just comes down to a preference thing. Yeah, Berserk can get a bit too depressing at times.
Yeah. What's your favorite YouTube and or Twitch channel?
I don't actually watch much YouTube.
I watch so much YouTube.
Critical Role. Critical Role.
Yeah. I would say Critical Role is my favorite Twitch channel. Mm-hmm. Not my favorite YouTube channel, though.
Gotcha.
YouTube has so many different things on there in general. And weirdly enough, I would say actually one of my favorite YouTube channels that's just kind of been one that I very much appreciate when they go and do their stuff is it's more of just a combination of these types of channels, even though I know it's kind of like a form of content that we do because they're kind of reusing something that already exists. But I really like anime cover music channels.
Oh,
I really love Caleb Hiles and
Lian Lee.
Lian Lee, but then also what's the guy with Caleb Hiles?
Oh, Jonathan Young.
Jonathan Young. Yeah. I really love those three.
Yeah,
those three
they're
all
pretty fantastic.
Really fun. And I will constantly go back and re-listen to a bunch of the songs from each of them. Lian Lee has some amazing ones, but Jonathan Young and Caleb Hiles have some really good ones. I really love Moana as a Disney film.
Oh, yeah.
And I really love Tamatoa in Moana.
Shiny.
And Jonathan Young does a heavy metal Shiny
and
version.
It's quite good.
And it's so good. It's
Yeah.
such a funny little bit. Oh my god, it's so good. Favorite books, not allowed to say battle lines.
So it's actually I'm having trouble thinking of them because since the channel I haven't actually gotten the chance to read too much. Mostly I'm doing audiobooks. I love Song of Ice and Fire, but when's the next one coming out? Dresden Files I went through recently. That was awesome. That was, but that like I don't know if I would put that as favorite. That was more just like good fun.
I think in terms of like maybe if any what
Man Alive by G.K. Chesterton.
Ooh, yeah.
He's a guy. He's a British guy that lives like 100 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's this short book. Like it's almost more of a novella. It's like 100 pages in really short pages. But it's basically about this dude that comes into this town where everyone's kind of just going about their daily life, the drudgery, kind of that whole thing. And he's weird.
Yeah.
And he wakes them up.
Right.
To what life can be. And some people say he's crazy. Some people say he's the first sane person they've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have a favorite individual book, but to flex a little bit, one of my favorite book experiences I ever had was reading the unabridged Count of Monte Cristo. Yes. I'm going to be that guy. So I took a drink, just because. I don't know how long it has been since you guys watched Evangelion. But what are your general thoughts on the end of Eva, the movie, and last 2 episodes of the show? The movie's pretty good.
Yeah. The movie's
pretty solid.
The movie's pretty solid. A lot of the details of it or the energy of it, I feel like is kind of lost on me. But I still thoroughly enjoyed it. But I think I still prefer the actual episodic stuff of the show more than the movies themselves, just because they seem to have a more cohesive form to them.
Yeah, I am not the biggest fan of the ending of the last 2 episodes of Evangelion, just in general.
Oh, yeah. I don't even really think much of the last 2 episodes.
Which character with a cruel joke at their expense do you just find it the joke to stop being funny and just tiring and cruel? The kind of thing I mean is something like Yun having no friends.
Oh. Yeah. Ooh.
That's tough, actually.
That's tough. I know that there have been some, but I'm having trouble thinking of them right now.
Joke characters that I really just don't like how everyone ribs on them.
Yeah.
Is this specifically an anime thing? It's not. In Parks and Rec, there's a character that everyone ribs on named Jerry.
Oh, yeah. Don't you mean Larry?
Is it really Larry? No.
Terry.
So shut up. It's Jerry.
No. The thing is that it actually changes over the course of the show.
Oh my god.
Because they're not sure and they never get it right.
Yeah. No.
That's a great example. That is one of those ones where it's like, okay, come on, this is a bit much.
Yeah.
There's actually some instances of that in real life where it's like, oh boy.
What anime manga you find yourself thinking about the most in your free time?
That's tough.
Well,
the channel has helped regulate a lot of how I think about anime and manga.
I have actually compartments of space for each anime.
Uh-huh.
So depending on which anime makes me theorize the most, that's the one that's occupying my mind at any given time. So you have to kind of just look at the reactions. So right now, weirdly enough, guys, the one that's making me think the most right now is Dorohedoro. That anime,
Dorohedoro is whack.
That anime is making my brain hurt. Because I don't know what I'm supposed to take seriously or not. Or if I'm supposed to take everything seriously. So,
I would say maybe not at the moment right now, but a place further in the universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any D&D characters that are nothing but a joke concept that you got surprisingly far with? So I had a Mask of Many Faces variant human warlock with the actor feat, which is a classic combination for D&D 5e, where you basically are like, yes, I am the asshole in the group that can be anyone. And literally, I hid my own identity from the party. as long as I could.
Of course.
Yes. I would literally like step away and cough out the disguise self spell that I could cast at will to maintain the every hour long, I believe it's an hour long disguise self.
Yep.
Yep. So I'd have to cast disguise self at an hour every time, and I would have to make a deception check with a pretty low DC for the party to basically be like, are people noticing that you're casting a spell? I'm like, no, they're not. They're not. And I kept passing them with my deception checks, and
Wow.
it was hilariously dumb. And I got kind of far with it, but yeah.
I would say there's an alchemist that I play, half-orc alchemist raised. He's adopted by halflings, and they tried to give him a good life and everything, but now he's middle-aged and he never really, spent time on himself because he was constantly being the straight-A student. So he decided to become an adventurer, sold everything he owned, quit his job, and struck out into the big world. And it's actually gone quite far, and I'm really happy about it.
That's awesome. If you could change the world, how would you go about doing it?
Anime waifus. That's I'm convinced that's how this world is going to be shaped.
I would do cute girls doing the thing that I want to see more of in the world.
Yep, basically.
Yep.
Like that's also
Spawn
one of the
infinite anime of that.
That's why I think VTubers are so genius, because it's basically improvisational waifus.
Yep.
Like
it's
that's
genius.
that's ridiculous.
Will we ever see a Western cartoon or two to the polls? The people want BoJack Horseman discussions, among others. So there's not a lot of hope for that. There was a recent thing where we just watched on our own Gravity Falls, which is one of the most requested Western cartoons that we've had for the channel. Most
of where it comes down to is the idea of watching Western shows, whether cartoons or live action or stuff or whatever. It's like, okay, cool, but we would probably want it to end up being on like a separate slot or something, because we don't want to take away from all the fans that are expecting anime and they want their anime to get watched. But if that means adding a slot, that's we really don't like to do that if we can get away with it.
Yeah.
Because sustainability.
Right.
So
favorite power system in any media that is on par with Nen. Nen is the best IMO. Okay, so hold on. First thing, there's such a thing as a soft magic system and a hard magic system. And those are not binary things there. It's a spectrum as it goes closer and closer to
personally,
the middle.
I don't actually like Nen too much as a power system, because I feel like when it's used in the end, it ends up being everyone is a specialist of some kind.
But that's not true
for most of the villains. I feel like Meruem, his thing, even though it was
Meruem is definitely not a specialist.
I think they specifically said it was a specialist, but it ended up just doing enhancing type stuff, which seems a bit weird to me.
No, he was eating things to gain their strength. That's not an enhancing thing. That's just odd.
Well, right, but it's still but what his ability did is it just generally enhanced himself and his abilities.
Yeah, no, I disagree.
As for power systems, yeah, I don't know. I'll drink on that one.
Okay, yeah. I would say that particularly I really, really love the bending system in Avatar: The Last Airbender, because it's a visual medium that uses a visual kinetic concept of martial arts. Thus, anything is possible within the limited scope of you can move, rocks or something like that if you're an earthbender. But there's a coinciding we skipped your question? I don't think we did.
Akraf?
I'm not seeing your question here yet. Give us some time. We might not have gotten to that part yet.
Yeah.
So hold on. All right. GLaDOS. I highly recommend Nate Wants to Battle. Not only his anime cover is great, but I absolutely love his original stuff. He even did a song about one of his D&D characters.
Yeah, Nate Wants to Battle. He has good stuff.
Yeah. You guys have any new Attack on Titan merch or costumes to wear or have for the season 4 premiere? One more week.
That's right.
That's a very good point.
That is a great reminder.
I do not, personally, so we might have to just speed grab some. I don't know.
And I also do not, because I can't believe I gave away my old Attack on Titan stuff because it really never fit, but I gave away the cape too, and I can't believe I did that.
Okay. No, I'm not seeing your question here.
Maybe we did miss it up further above.
Craft 3 Magi. I'm going up. Let's see if we can find it. Do-do-do-do. 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 Remember, you have
you have to
actually
highlight
make
it.
sure that you send it with the channel points.
Mm-hmm.
You
What
have to-
male anime character you would simp for? Majima. Not an anime, technically, but yes, Majima. Absolutely.
Which male anime character would you simp for? So, for me, I think it would probably be Thor's from Vinland Saga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would Askeladd it up and be like, "Can you lead us?"
Yeah.
Immediately, just without.
Well, that's just common
yeah.
sense. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, Gooey, thanks for passing it along. I know this is too early to ask, but will you keep reading manga for Tuesday even after catching up to One Piece? Yes, that's the plan.
Probably.
Yeah, most
Yes.
likely.
Yes. What anime that you like would you sacrifice to save another anime? Oh, that's a great question. Sacrifice Violet Evergarden to summon a good version of One Punch Man Season 2, for example.
And do we need like equivalent exchange of like some quality in our mind of the one show to make up for the quality that would be added or saved for the other?
Oh, right. So it's not the get rid of this anime
that you don't like, but yeah, trying to actually like something that would actually be a sacrifice.
Right. So something that we like for something that we don't like to maybe get a sequel.
Right.
Yeah. Or to have a redone of something that already had a sequel. Okay. So I would say personally that I would like Oh, this is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to eventually go back and read the Attack on Titan manga. But I feel like I want to make one of my favorite anime near perfect. I would give up what's something that I like at the level of Attack on Titan, but I would actually be willing to give up. I want to make season 3 as a whole better paced in part 1. I want to tune that up a little bit and then also fix some of the pacing issues in season 1 of Attack on Titan. And if we could do that, cool. But
sacrifice I'd
have to sacrifice something like
Code Geass?
No. You think of anything while I'm thinking about this?
So the the show that I would want to be saved, etc., would be Haruhi. Actually, no, it wouldn't be. It would be Black Lagoon. I think Black Lagoon's been done dirty. Black Lagoon, of all of the shows, because Haruhi got the Disappearance movie, and that movie was fucking awesome, right?
Yeah.
Black Lagoon, I feel like it had such a good heart to it at the beginning of like the core of what it was about and everything.
But you have to sacrifice something else for Black Lagoon. Yeah.
So, oh God, this is going to piss off so many people, I'm sure.
I would actually sacrifice One Punch Man that's the only other one that's at that level that I could be like, I respect this anime enough, but I wouldn't want to lose it, but I would if I could get a better Attack on Titan series. So yeah, those.
I'd sacrifice Bacano.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like Bacano and Black Lagoon have similar styles. Cut from the same cloth. Okay. So overall, it would end up working out. I would be getting a lot of the same stuff back, so what would end up being lost wouldn't be too bad, even though it would be really bad. But there's also a lot that needs to be saved for Black Lagoon, so it requires a big cost.
Wow, okay.
I want to see the Don't Look Behind ED play out in the narrative, damn it. Like,
which female character would you let peg you? I just want to drink. God damn it. Are you going to actually answer this? Get ready to clip this, guys. And say it with the full thing. I would let so-and-so peg the hell out of me.
Right.
Or peg the shit out of me.
Okay.
Can I answer for you if you don't answer?
Answer, yeah, sure. Answer what
Who
you
I
think
think-
it would be.
Who
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it would be for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, tricky thing about this specifically.
To answer this, Jacob, please just take a drink. I'll take a drink, but I think I'm gonna answer it.
So, I think Jacob, personally, if he has even the no, I'm not gonna say that. Ah! No, never mind. I just got weird.
No, it wouldn't be Robin. It wouldn't be Robin.
No. This is a dominant.
It'd be Revy.
woman. Okay, that's the easy one. I wanted to say Rocky.
Wait.
Because I was like Satsuki, and I'm like, no.
What? What?
Not
Excuse
me. Not
me.
me. But you.
Excuse me.
You play her theme music so often.
Speak for yourself. I am conflicted about it. Damn it. That is one of Hiroyuki Sawano's best damn songs. Like right there behind Crone. Like, no. Hold on. If you have an issue with how much I like, oh my God.
I think the song gets a little repetitive at times.
You take that back, you son of a bitch.
Jacob, when will there be another Attack on Titan manga stream? Drink. No balalaika traitor. Oh, that's way better.
No. See, here's
That's
the thing.
way better.
Here's the thing. Told you about the first girl I fell for, right? And falling in love like you only can when it's, the first time and you're all stupid and innocent and all of that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second girl I fell in love with was actually fairly similar to Revy. As far as like, now, not as extreme as Revy,
It's
but
hilarious because I know who you're talking about.
yeah, you do, yeah. But taken into
Mike.
the real world and everything and not being modern day pirates and all that stuff, right? And that was just a whole kind of complicated, right? But I don't want to get into it, but
I just totally can see why you.
I really cared about that girl.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
All right.
yeah.
Question from Adsenatai. You guys have watched a decent number of romance series on the channel. What are your favorite couples in anime? Or since we don't get to see many couples in anime post-confession, what are some of your favorite pairings?
So Isaac and Miria are one of my absolute favorite couples. It's just, and who can argue? Who can possibly argue? Even though Bacano is not a romance show, God damn it, they are wonderful.
They are wonderful. They are Bonnie and Clyde in anime with, all the trappings of the fantasy aspects in Bacano.
Right.
I would say that in terms of pairings, like I'm a big fan of a lot of the more recent stuff that we've watched, where it's more drama, where there's definitely romance and stuff like that, but it's the kind of thing where it's like the focus is not really as much on the romance. So like Senjugahara and Araragi are one of my just favorite pairings in the recent anime that we've watched. And there was a lot of stuff that happened with Araragi and Senjugahara recently that was just
So good.
it's beautiful,
Absolutely
amazing
fantastic,
stuff. Yeah. But like a lot of the favorite pairings I have are not really romantic ones. They're more like duo protagonists, character dynamics and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll say Senjugahara and Araragi.
Rock and Revy.
Rock and Revy.
Yeah,
well,
like
that
it
makes
basically
sense.
made the whole show for me. So, the action was good too, but
Aaron Yeager, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it. Any specific anime foods you really wished you could eat? Oh my god.
pretty much every time they show sushi, it just looks so delicious.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
Yeah.
a couple anime that just have really good food at like specific times, but I couldn't tell you for the life of me what a lot of the dishes necessarily are.
I will say,
But
Katsudon.
Katsudon
Like that.
from Devil's a Part-Timer.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
not just from Devil is a Part-Timer, but also just in general, that like chicken katsu. I've had it a few times, mostly because of like it being featured in anime and things like that, whether that's Toradora or Your Name or whatever. And I love it. It's great. Also, rice omelets. I really want to try them. I feel like they could be really, really good.
But did we skip your question forevermore? I think you skipped my question. So here it is again. If you were an incarnation of one of the 7 deadly sins, like an FMA, which one would it be?
Pride.
Yeah. I think that, if anything, pride is probably the one that makes the most sense.
That
But,
or well, actually, okay. Well, keep going.
I think actually what could be more interesting is actually if you said for the other person, who would they be?
Okay, I'll say the ones that I kind of think it is for myself, but pride, greed, gluttony, all of those are kind of in one messy bundle for me
Yeah.
because I do want it all. I like, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're greed. You're
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
pride
that's-
secondary.
Yeah, yeah.
Greed primary, and then
Yeah.
pride secondary. I would say. But what about for me? I would say I'd be pride as well. But what would you say?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think you'd be pride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any things you are hoping to see in upcoming JoJo parts? I just want to see a cool continuation of however they are deciding to do this whole, like, they shifted focus, onto, rather than it being a Joestar, it's like, well, it's technically a Joestar with regards to Jonathan. But, like, what will be the next evolution of the bloodline, like, next JoJo, basically?
This is really specific, but I want to see if. So in Run with the Wind, there's 2 characters that are JoJos, basically.
Oh my god,
right?
you want to see a twin
No,
JoJos?
I want to see if one of the future JoJos is actually the other name of the other twin, because it's like
Joji.
it's Joseph and yeah, like
No, it's Joji and Jotaro.
but isn't it like Jojiro or something like that? As like the full first name.
Yeah, but it's Joji is the
Right.
nickname or whatever.
But I want to see if there, and don't tell me if there is or anything like that. But I want to see if there actually is one of the future JoJos as Jojiro.
Oh, we skipped Cychronia. Dang it.
Oh.
Oh wait, no. We skipped a couple here. You have to pick one of the Monogatari girls to be trapped on a deserted island with for a year, and can't pick Shinobu. Who do you pick?
I feel like this is targeted, and I
That's
don't like
targeting
it.
just him.
Yeah.
Like, I would just hang out with adult Hachikuji.
Yeah.
Like, is that even a choice?
Yeah, like that. No, same. That's just the best pick.
Yeah. Which tragic anime character you would want to just isekai to a good life in a slice of life anime? Whoa. Oh my god. Rei Kiriyama from March Comes In Like a Lion.
He's already been isekai'd into a good slice of life anime.
Yeah. But if I
Just getting him as far away from Kyoko as possible.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's it. I would isekai Kyoko.
To get
Big brain.
Well, actually, no. Let's be real here. Kyoko does need to be isekai'd into a wholesome slice of life.
Yeah, it's true.
Anime.
Yep.
For me, I think I'm gonna say Guts.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cruel.
No,
That's cruel.
I don't think it
Separating
is.
him from Casca like that. You bastard.
Well, you can't take it like that.
It's just the way it is, bro.
Well, okay,
Bruh.
fine. Guts needs to find his happiness where he is. That's part of his
Thank
journey.
you. Yes.
Right? But
Yeah, Subaru will isekai him again.
yeah, no.
We'll have Fantasy Whale-kun hit him this time instead of Truck-kun.
Aaron.
Ooh.
Aaron.
Yeah.
That boy needs to rest.
Yeah, seriously. Any things you're hoping to see in upcoming JoJo parts? We already did that one. Favorite arc in One Piece? Most of the fandom is divided between 2 arcs they call the best. I'm assuming y'all can guess which ones they are. Yes, but I actually don't know exactly which ones those 2 are. I think I know which of 4 of the ones we've done so far they are.
I will tell you, my favorite is not the Summit War.
The Marineford?
Yeah, it's not Marineford.
Mine is Impel Down.
Impelled Down.
Mine is
Impelled Down is amazing, but I don't think I'd put that as like my main one. I think my main one would have to be Enies Lobby, because it converges.
that was that was Spandam, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, dang it.
Spandam and Robin and all of that stuff. Impelled Down, god damn it, it's so good. Like, sorry, Enies Lobby. because
Enies Lobby is connected to Water 7.
right,
So
but
that doesn't count.
no, it totally
You
does
can't
count.
combine
No,
these
no,
two.
no, I'm not combining them. I'm
Oh,
not combining
okay.
them.
Okay.
But it still has a lot of the good meat from Water 7 because you have the resolution, you have Sniper King coming back to save them and everything. You have the resolution of Frankie and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, that's a part of Enies Lobby because even though they go back to Water 7, it's still part of that arc.
Right.
And just everything with Robin there is fantastic. And Spandam, oh my god, I love him as a villain so much.
And Robin's final bit,
Yep.
I want to live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would say that Enies Lobby is peak hype for One Piece. I don't think there's ever been a moment so far that has come up to Enies Lobby's like hypest hype moment.
Uh-huh.
But I love Impel Down.
Impel
as a
Down
whole
is so
much.
good.
It just
It's-
has all the
Yeah.
just ridiculous stuff about One Piece that I love in one package.
Well, and especially considering that Impel Down, yes, it is build up for Marineford and things like that, but it is largely a self-contained arc. You know, there's no big character arcs really that like go into that aren't resolved within it and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's just so much good stuff in there. And it's also just the nostalgia trip arc.
I also
One
really
Piece.
want to mention something here that I feel like is the reason why a lot of people maybe the reason why there's some people in chat being like, ooh, Enies Lobby? I mean, I'm sorry, Impel Down, really? Is because it's just Luffy. I actually really like Luffy as a main character.
Oh yeah, Luffy is fantastic as a main character.
I've heard so many people say that if they had to rate like the Straw Hats in general, Luffy's not like top 3.
Really?
Yeah.
But
He's
he
he's
wins
number 4.
He wins every single popularity poll.
I think that's the thing though, is that he's so popular that there's a bunch of people that are
Oh,
like,
there's like a reverse
there's
like
a reverse negativity.
Yeah.
Thing. They're like, I don't like the main character because I'm cool.
No,
My
Luffy is
favorite
is
character
amazing.
is
Yeah.
I don't know, Zoro for instance. Or,
Right. Like my favorite Straw Hat definitely is
Nami or
Usopp,
something.
right? Like I have a very soft spot in my heart for Usopp, right? He's wonderful. I love him. He's my son. But
Yeah,
Luffy as a main character is incredible.
Yeah, obviously the hypest hype moment in Enies Lobby was the shoot it down in combination with the,
But then
I want to live.
yeah,
Like that whole moment right there.
But they're two
That's-
completely different moments.
No, I know, but they're right next to each other though.
I don't think so.
No, they are.
No, because they're like, oh, go to save her, and then after that they need to split up to get the keys and everything. And then when I believe so, and then when he says shoot it, oh no, yeah, shoot it down, yeah, no, that is that, yeah.
Yeah,
I got
the
that
same.
I got that confused
Like,
with
that
when
whole moment
Sniper King
was-
snipes down the people that are trying to get Robin again.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, it's like a whole thing. It's just
Yeah, that was
some of the best
awesome.
stuff. Why is our computer acting up so much?
I don't know. It's
Making
weird.
a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys shouldn't hear it too much though.
Mm-hmm.
What was the hardest you've cried recently?
Anohana finale.
Yeah.
Anohana finale. And I will say,
Yep.
we've recorded the Made in Abyss movie.
Yes. Honestly, we've recorded the Made in Abyss movie reaction and it'll get edited and stuff like that, but I didn't actually cry in that as much as like some of the earlier stuff in season 1 of Made in Abyss.
Yeah, I think it's because we were expecting it. We knew it was coming. It had to be coming. So
Yep.
we were kind of prepared for it.
Are you guys going to react to the second MHA movie? It's even better than the first one in my opinion.
Probably not.
Probably
No.
not. We've heard that there's spoilers for future anime stuff. What are the animes you want to react to in the future the most? Well,
We're doing
Well-
yeah. Since there's 2 bro slots now,
Yeah.
we're both kind of doing the main ones that we wanted to see.
Yeah, those ones that we most wanted to see are on the current Tuesday slots right now. They are the
Right.
bro slots. We each get one.
Yep.
I am watching Run with the Wind. That's the one I chose. We're both
Right.
watching it, but
And
I
then
chose Run
Hibike
with the Wind.
Euphonium for me. But other than those, I would say I really want to get into Gear. I really want to watch Symphogear.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I have like a weird set of ones, but I actually will skip this. I don't want to influence polls too much.
Oh, okay.
And this way I can put more of these shows on polls.
Yeah.
Big brain. All right. Looks like you guys are all debating One Piece arc stuff in general now.
Makes sense.
Not many questions left anymore. You love the Usopp screaming at Luffy to get up. Yeah, there's a lot of big moments in Eni's
so
lobby.
good.
You're
Like-
right.
like,
Eni's
it's
lobby does
just-
have quite a few really big moments. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Ooh, as an inverse to my isekai question, which character would you want to send a counselor to help work through their issues? Like, say, Iroh. Oh. So we need to isekai someone to help another anime character
Gotcha.
with their problems.
I mean, I feel like just the whole Anohana cast, just send a counselor there for them to talk to. That would be very helpful. But
I got it.
who?
I got it. So this is a shill for Legend of the Galactic Heroes, y'all.
Yes.
This is a shill for
Yes.
Legend of the Galactic
Good
Heroes.
choice.
Now,
Yeah,
guys, there's this wonderful character
Yep.
named Reinhard von Lohengram. Mm-hmm. He is a fantastic Emperor of the Universe type character.
Yep. Uh-huh.
But the thing is that
He's
he
alone.
need a brother right now.
Yep.
He really needs a good friend. And I would isekai one of the one of the bestest boys out there. I'm trying to think who could be the goodest, just
No, I think he needs Iroh.
amazing friend. No. It needs to be a peer.
Oh,
It needs to
okay.
be a peer.
Um,
Someone wholesome, intelligent, driven, encouraging, inspiring,
yeah, okay. All right.
sensitive.
I like it. Let's
I'm literally just finding
let's figure this
I'm
out.
trying to find a /fic ship basically right here. Who could Onizuka? No.
No.
There's
Too much bravado.
There'd be too much blurst moments in there.
Yeah.
No, it needs to be an adult, like a full on a man too. Not
Kazuma from Noragami.
Oh,
Kazuma from Noragami.
dude, yes! You're
Yeah.
a genius.
Yeah.
You're a genius.
He would totally be able to help him with the
Yes!
stuff that Reinhardt wants to do.
Oh my god.
And he would be able to be that bro. And he has the wisdom of being around for, hundreds
long
of years.
time.
Right. While at the same time not being perfect or anything.
Bro.
Kazuma from Noragami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great choice. Y'all watch Legend of the Galactic Heroes. It's
Mm-hmm.
incredible.
Yep.
Ridiculously good stuff.
As for me, as far as counselor stuff, I would actually say I'd send a counselor to Kyoko. From March Comes in Like a Lion.
Like a lion, yeah.
Yeah, I would send. I'd send Iroh.
Yeah.
I'd send Iroh to just go spend time with Kyoko.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your favorite anime character archetype and why? Mine, it's the mentor. I just am a sucker for the mentor figure that is has the contradiction of being both jovial and intensely serious.
I'm gonna say the everyman, and I mean the true everyman. Not that we're going to use this as a self-insert sort of blank slate so that we can have a whole harem of girls that fall in love with him and all that stuff. But really the person that is the underdog and tries and struggles and all of that stuff. That's the stuff that I really like. That's where I think anime tends to shine the most. That Usopp type character. That's why I loved Deku so much, especially at the beginning of MHA, because he was that kind of character. I feel like he's not as much recently. But yeah.
Jacob drinks first. How would you rewrite the final arc of Domestic Girlfriend? Caleb, would you read it?
So this is actually a legitimate one for me to drink on because I'm not answering this question as it is, because I wouldn't start with the final arc of Domestic Girlfriend. Here's the problem. So, the problem with Domestic Girlfriend in the manga is the chapter where Rui breaks up with Natsuo. Here's why that's a problem. I get that it's something where they need to be able to figure out who they are, each on their individual journeys and everything, and then they can come back together. The problem with that is that the reasons for why she actually wanted to break up with him at that moment, when there was all this awesome history between the two of them, wasn't enough. And after that, there is no possible way that you could build up the same kind of synergy and character moments and everything of them growing back together so that their conclusion could actually feel satisfying, right? The whole thing with Hina and everything, that I think is actually because, one, the author was exhausted because of the story and there were a bunch of salty fans and everything, and maybe she lost her enjoyment of it, probably because Natsuo and Rui weren't together anymore. And you also would have cut out a lot of the unnecessary stuff in Domestic Girlfriend by making it so that Natsuo and Rui didn't break up. But then you wouldn't have to have vegetable Hina, because as memeable as that is, that's not the best way for it to go. So let's have more stuff like the winter vacations and stuff that we get with Natsuo and Rui. That stuff was fantastic. It was flipping amazing. So if we get more stuff like that, if we had gotten more stuff like that, so that this instead becomes a struggle, they split up for a little bit and then see, no, this actually, okay, I understand what this was and why I thought that needed to happen, but no, that actually doesn't need to happen. They get back together, they work through it and everything, then they're able to move forward into the future together, and it's wonderful, and they can still have their adorable baby without Natsuo ending up with Hina. Because Hina's cathartic end is not that she's happy. It's that she's accepted her circumstances and resolved things within herself, right? Because Hina's story was always one of pain and struggle, right? That's why we enjoyed to watch it. Not just because we wanted to see her suffer or anything like that, but because she was actively struggling. She was in a predicament where she wasn't properly equipped emotionally or whatever because of circumstances to handle the kinds of things that life was dealing her, and also the decisions that she was making. Consequences happen, right? So then she could have gone on her own journey by herself, keep talking to Marie at the bar, and it's great, right? And then she can get to that point where she's gotten comfortable with where she is, who she is, and the fact that she is not going to be with Natsuo. No, she doesn't need to end up with someone else. No, the stalker guy did not need to happen, right? Because we don't need that. Hina with herself, she is still a very compelling character, and she could have her arc resolve with basically just her. Also, we needed to have more conversations with the parents, because what we got, I'm sorry, that was a cop-out. That was an impending sense of doom and dread that needed to happen, because that's a conversation that would get at the fundamentals of who these characters are and needing to face their own consequences and decisions and things like that. And we didn't properly get it. And Hina talking with her parents would have been a great way to help resolve her arc. So, there you go.
Yes. Right. So the next question is,
Well, Caleb,
who do
would
you
you read
think
it?
is stronger?
No,
I don't know.
Given that.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll drink. I need to drink. Who do you think is stronger, Zoro or Sanji?
Zoro, definitely. Definitely. Hands down.
Sword beats foot. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. It's not that Sanji's like bad or anything, but Zoro's better. Zoro
just-
is way stronger.
It's just since there's no metric upon which we can actually measure their strength at the moment. I think I just emptied out my
Yeah.
my thing there. All gone.
Cool. We can get a new bottle and have it be deductible as a business expense. That'd be great.
There you go. Yeah. So when are we finally going to get hentai reactions? Never.
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 I have thought about it though, doing like solo hentai reactions, but then it's like solo reactions. No, that sounds awful.
Do you guys have any favorite board games?
Yes.
Seven
Wonders.
That's my bro right there.
Yeah.
What is your favorite genre or demographic in anime? So I think you mean just genre, because demographic is an entirely different thing. But
Yeah.
genre, I would say primarily is something that we're going to be split on, like very much so. Like I very much enjoy thriller anime. I love a good mystery. If it's done well, like I've never had basically the like I would say like the fantasy genre, but there's too many bad fantasy anime out there. But
Yeah.
like the thriller genre combined with any other genre is just those can be some of my favorite anime.
For me, it's drama. I love drama. Whether it's
such a cop out.
no. So here's the reason why it's not.
Yeah.
Even with my favorite shows that are like fantasy or things like that, it's always the drama elements that are my favorite parts,
Yep,
right? So
course.
whether you're talking about, like whatever it is, yeah, so I
But
guess
that's like every anime ever. There's drama in it.
okay,
you know?
so specifically within the subset of genre of
anime.
drama as a genre within anime,
Right.
I really like the drama that focuses on more real life struggles. So the kind of slice of life stuff, but not the slice of life where it's just nothing really happens.
Gotcha.
Like let's get into the real struggles. That's why I like Spandom, because that's the kind of character that even if it's not in One Piece, you do meet people like that, right? So things like March Comes in Like a Lion, that's the kind of stuff that I love.
Yeah. Classic question. What superpower would you want? Think about how people could react in the real world before you answer.
I would want to have perfect mastery of my own self.
Yeah. Yeah. So my powers are all jank ass, weird as balls. Like basically, like my powers are more akin to like devil fruits than actual like superpowers. Because my power would be like if I could generate some kind of kinetic energy or movement from nothing, just from my skin, basically. So if I could basically launch myself by breaking the laws of physics by will, I wouldn't be able to fly. I would still be bound by the laws of gravity, but I would be able to launch myself, and I would be able to sustain and prepare myself by the propulsion itself. So by the acceleration and all that.
And yes, exactly like Limitless IBG Music. I actually, and I came up with this before Limitless. So when it came to the point where Limitless came out as a movie, I was like, oh, great. Let's see. Okay, yeah, they're going to do this and this. And yes, he needs to figure out how to do that. Yep, I loved it.
I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised when I saw Dorohedoro reactions show up only a couple days after I started reading the manga. I'm so excited to see your thoughts. I know you're still super early, but what character do you like most or are more interested in seeing more of? So, personally, I love me some Noi.
Yeah.
Noi be, oh my god, Noi ticks all my boxes. She's a muscle girl.
She could step on you?
She could, like,
I mean, she'd probably
sit
crush
on
you,
me.
but...
Like, oh my god, I would...
Anyway,
Anyway,
Noi and specifically Shin, like the dynamic between them.
Those two.
I love it.
Yep,
God,
Noi-
I love it. That part where
Noi and Shin, yeah.
that part where Shin got stabbed, and then he's like, and then he just goes walking, and then he falls over. God, that was amazing.
so
It was
good.
comedy gold.
Following my favorite One Piece arc question, what is your guys' least favorite big arc from One Piece? I'm asking for a big one since most people agree that some of the weakest arcs are smaller, less important ones.
That's tough.
So for me, I don't really know what constitutes a small arc in One Piece unless you're talking about like...
A full saga, I guess. Like,
No. I think they're talking about like not...
no.
Not what was the little
Foxy
pirate
Island.
guy? No, that doesn't count.
that
That's
doesn't
that's
count?
a small arc.
Ah,
Because that was literally like 2 or 3 like chapters. Like it was that small.
No, it was Foxy Island was.
Okay, let me
It was like a solid volume or
let
maybe
me
a
look
little more.
this up. Let me go back to the thing I have saved here. Because I've been keeping track of a couple of the things we've been going through here.
Yeah, how long was Foxy Island? Because I know there was the whole filler bit in the anime, right? But 19 chapters. Yeah, so that's a solid 2 volumes.
Someone send us a list of all the arcs we've been through thus far, and I'll be able to answer that later.
Yeah, Foxy Island, I'll say.
Yeah, but that's not what they're talking about.
But yeah, bigger arcs. So
yeah. Favorite most attractive monster girl?
I'm not as into monster girls really.
Same.
Like,
I don't really know of any except that girl in the Konosuba movie. She was kind of hot.
Right.
Yeah. She's
Like,
one of the Demon Lord's generals or something like that. Sorry, Caleb. Caleb Jacob, how would you redo Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I'll drink for the monster girl thing.
Yeah, I basically
All
gave
right.
my answer, so it was pretty.
Yeah, so
It was one volume, Jacob. Yeah, it was just volume 33. No. Just list the arcs that we've gotten thus far. Someone could type it out. It'd be pretty easy.
okay. So, redoing Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Basically, for one, get rid of season 7 almost entirely.
Season 7 is the reason why season 8 had to be
Yeah,
so bad.
and we talked about it in season 7 because there were parts of it where it's like, okay, this is kind of exciting and everything, but then it's like, wait, why the shit is this happening in Winterfell? Literally, Arya was on the way to do the thing that had been built up since almost the beginning of the show, right? For a very long time, and then she turns around just to have melodrama with Sansa in Winterfell. Why is that happening? Not like, yes, it's not very entertaining on its own. That would be excusable in another section of the story.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. You have a story that's been built up for a very long time.
Yeah.
It is Lord of the Rings has shown this. You can't end these things quickly. It's a pain, but you do have to spend a decent amount of time on it, right?
On the ending.
On the ending. So the fact that they're saying the final season will be next, it will be only 6 episodes, and then here in the season
We'll
before
resolve
that,
like 14 plot lines.
And we'll
or
resolve, like-
14 characters plot lines,
right?
really.
And then in this bit beforehand, we spend multiple episodes just to kill Baelish when that could have happened way faster,
Yep.
and could have happened from someone other than
Someone
Arya.
other than Arya.
She did
yeah.
not need to be there for that. Sansa should have killed Baelish, like for crying out loud. And then we have to put up with all this melodrama between the characters. Come on, have Sansa or have Arya continue. Go on to King's Landing.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be kind of complicated or potentially anticlimactic if she's just the one that kills Cersei.
Yeah.
But also take Jaime. You're literally doing Jaime's
God,
resolving
Jaime.
character arc, for God's sakes, right?
Yeah.
And then you just decide we're just gonna shit on it. And what is this? The Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker? Come on.
Yeah.
Like I get that they're under a lot of pressure, but that was basically just a rage quit.
Yeah.
Like they were super stressed because
So done.
they were so done that they were just like, nope, we could get as many episodes or seasons as we want. Nope, we're just done here.
Yep.
So basically just don't do that. Like,
Yeah.
just do the vanilla ending, because vanilla is a good flavor.
Yeah.
So,
Most wanted to watch non-anime show that you haven't started. Huh.
Community. Community.
Sure. Yeah. That
Yeah.
actually.
I
actually is
really want to
legitimate.
watch Community.
Yeah, I want
like,
to watch Community too.
like
yeah.
that. The whole idea of the live action like reaction slot. That is actually one of the big shows that I would want to put on there, even
Same.
though it's a long show.
Very long. And apparently has a cursed last season because of streaming weird stuff.
Right.
Your most creative, funny use of a magic item. I love using the rod of
Immovable
an
rod.
immovable rod.
Yeah.
I'll just say that there are moments that you can create with immovable rods, and oh, they're funny.
Yeah.
Oh, they're funny.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I was a Warforged, and a Warforged wizard made a simulacrum, had the simulacrum carry around a bag of holding, and then the actual Warforged was inside said bag of holding because they don't need to breathe, so they
Oh.
can be in there. And then so they've got a simulacrum going around with the actual Warforged just hiding inside.
Perfect defense.
Exactly.
Which straw hat would you want to get focused next? Either Ennie's lobby scale for Robin or Punk Hazard scale like for Chopper. I would want it to be Zorro focus. Primarily.
Yeah, Zoro hasn't really gotten too much
I want it to be
focus.
Zorro just focus, and I have it be something on the scale of not even either of those, really, but more like something where what was the Seven Warlord that had the sword that was
Oh, Drekel Mihawk.
yeah, Draco Mihawk. Basically, him and Draco Mihawk get like stuck in a situation together where they have
Sure.
to work together or something.
Yeah.
Could be rather cool.
Yeah, the idea of how Zoro focus would work is a little bit tough.
It's
but,
really weird, yeah.
But yeah, that would be really cool to get it for him. Yeah.
Anything you ever did and you were like, I am never telling this to anyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
all I'll say. Because it's all that's the way the question was
Yeah,
phrased.
it's just
So,
do we have anything like that?
yes,
we do.
Yes, we do. How would you redo the Star Wars sequel trilogy? God, I'm just gonna drink.
So no, okay, hold on. All right. Get rid of the last 2 movies, first off.
I would just get rid of all of them.
No, I think The Force Awakens is a good start to a trilogy, right? It's kind of a cop-out because it doesn't add anything particularly crazy, but a lot of the conflicts were good there. Finn as a character, I love him as a character, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get what you're going with this, but you're basically going to say The Last Jedi is actually almost fine. It's Finn. Finn is the main thing that we would change, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Literally. If
yeah.
you
Change The Last Jedi.
Yep. Do
you made
Luke
Finn-
differently for sure, but basically just remove the whole bit of going to Canto Bight or whatever it was. Have Finn be with Poe on the ship. That fixes the entire thing
Yeah.
because then Finn can also give the commentary of Poe, this is actually kind of an issue for you. If there's an informant on the ship, then of course she wouldn't tell anybody what the plans are, right?
Yep.
Like that kind of a thing. Boom, instantly resolved.
He knows all about the idea of having someone that's in your ranks that you can't trust necessarily.
Exactly. Yep.
So I would love to have the
and have
dynamic,
Rose be there too.
Yeah, have Rose, Poe, and Finn be on the same thing. You don't have to have triple the plot,
Yeah.
3 plots.
Don't split the party.
Don't split the party. Keep
Yeah.
them in the same place, and then have them all have to sneak onto a Star Destroyer to take
Sure.
out the thing that's tracking them.
Because
that would be so cool.
Oh yeah. Like,
But then you could use Finn as being an ex-stormtrooper to be able to figure out a way to do
Yep.
it.
Like, I will still defend
God.
Rose as a character with how she was introduced and everything. The Canto
Yeah.
Bite stuff, yeah, that should just be removed. But
Right.
Rose's introduction was great. It was
Yeah.
charming. It was, all this stuff, right? And Poe, he wasn't even a main character. He was a side character at best, even though he was the first character we sort of saw in The Force Awakens.
Right.
He wasn't really a character. So having him have a whole arc that's completely dependent upon him, right? That's not fair. That's not fair to the audience. That's not fair to him as a character, to say nothing of what happened with Finn, right?
Yep.
But if you keep them together, then that's great. Because Rey, yes, she does need to be on her own, doing her Force training and everything. Well, yeah, very similar to Luke on Dagobah. And then you have Episode 5, you have the Millennium Falcon crew, except this time it's on a cruiser, big old cruiser. And yeah, they're doing their thing there.
I still think, though, that the Luke stuff is more about petty little things that Luke did, not actually Luke as a character. I think Luke as a character is actually great in The Last Jedi. I think it's just the way that he did, like, very specific things that kind of triggered everyone's things, and then everything that Luke did after that, they interpreted through the lens of,
Right.
This is Rian Johnson trying to tear down my thing that I really love.
Yeah, the philosophical stuff that Luke brings up in The Last Jedi, I like. I really
that a
like.
lot.
I just don't like the character decisions that were made with him.
Right.
But the training with him and Rey, that was good stuff.
Well, I think it's also the character stuff. I think the character stuff is actually quite good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now the sequel to that question: what's that thing that you were like? You will never tell this to any. Wait, this is also again phrased actually kind of poorly.
What's the thing that we were like, oh, we'll never tell this
What's
to
that
anyone?
thing that you were like? You will never tell this to anyone. Got us. Yep. And drink.
I mean, almost by definition, like we can't answer that, right?
Right. Yep.
Because otherwise it wouldn't be one of those things.
It wouldn't be one of those things exactly.
Yep.
Man, no, just repeating the same question over and over. And
Yeah,
over
yeah,
again.
exactly.
It has to be a unique question. That one is technically kind of a repetition, but I mean, we called it a
it
technicality
works.
before, so
Yeah.
But okay. We got a lot of questions in. This is a super long stream here for a podcast. At the very least,
one of the
which
longest
usually-
podcasts we've ever done.
Usually only go for 2 hours, so we're gonna answer 3 more questions here.
No,
Sigi 3, what do you think about the hyperspace kamikaze attack that wiped out the First Order fleet in The Last Jedi? Personally, I found more issue with that than any other thing in the movie.
So here's my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Visually, God, it was amazing.
Yeah.
That was like, it's rare in this day and age when with computer technology and everything as crazy as it is,
Right.
where the visuals of something alone will make me be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Right? The visuals were fantastic.
Yeah.
But like the blaster bolts arcing in space or any number of things, right? In that movie, it's just like there's 5-year-old question. If they can do that, why don't they have X-Wings do that? That would literally just be
Well, it's literally a kamikaze then. That's
no,
the issue.
right. But you can have droids pilot them. Like
Right.
you just get a bunch of hyperspace rockets and do it, right?
Yep.
And
Yep. Which, by the way, that is a thing in Star Trek. So the way you work around this is the way you work around this just in general, is that the question that makes people frustrated is that every Star Wars movie has a super weapon that needs to be destroyed by some really complicated measure.
Oh, yeah.
But if
You
you,
wouldn't
have
need it.
this, you can just hyperspace through that.
Yeah.
But it was established in the Star Wars canon that if you are in hyperspace, you can bump into something that could wipe out your ship.
right.
So, therefore, hyperspace travel does interact with the physical world. It is not some alternate space reality.
That is how it was in the EU, but
But that is not how it is in Star Wars. Going through hyperspace ain't through like dust
right.
and crops,
but
boy.
but it was specifically because of like gravity stuff and things like that.
Or
All the
Go through a supernova. That's
that's
no,
true.
it is actually not just a where you end up, it is what you go through. So, calculating a hyperspace jump should take more time. What I would say in general it would need to be is that while you could calculate the hyperspace trajectory to a place out there, you cannot choose something so small. You cannot be that specific. It would take way more time to calculate it, and any decent space station like the Death Star would just send TIE fighters out while you're calculating up, okay, let's get the
Although,
exact degree.
If they just pointed at it and then just punch it, like that's one of the things that's not really done in Star Wars. It's always plotting a jump to hyperspace, but never just like, hey, what happens if we just say go to hyperspace in this direction? You know?
Yeah.
I feel like that's something where it's, yeah, you know.
Yeah. IBG music. What is the thing, Caleb? I don't know what the thing is. So
No repeats.
no repeats. Yeah. What's something shareable that you've kept from each other?
Oh. Okay.
Sure. I guess if anything.
Asking that after we've drank a bunch. We don't keep a lot of stuff from each other.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's
like if we
weird
keep stuff
because
from
we
each other,
live
it's
together.
Yeah, we live
do
together.
Business together.
We're brothers. Like,
Yeah,
and even like in our family, we're
the closest.
We're like, yeah, like we're probably the closest.
Yeah, there's no dynamic pairs in our family, really.
Right, like usually if we keep something from the other person, it's because it's just not really relevant. The other person isn't interested or something like that.
But like, what would be an example of that then?
I
I ate like 7 of the Aussie bites, like
Oh,
just recently.
yeah?
Yeah.
Aussie bites are so damn
It
good.
was like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
If you don't have a Costco near you, I'm sorry, but there are these things called Aussie bites.
I'll
and
go to
they're
Costco
basically-
just for
They're
Aussie
basically
bites.
granola, nuts, like raisins, and like a whole bunch of other
They're
stuff.
they're
Honey.
so delicious.
They're little nugget muffins, and they're just, oh my god,
Yeah.
they're so tasty. So I ate like 7 of them, and I keep like not wanting you to see me eat them all.
Yeah, there isn't really anything like.
Yeah.
All
right.
I mean, I guess I'll drink, but I mean that's.
Final question. Okay, yeah, this will be the last question then. Robin or Nami, and why did you choose a Robin?
I think we maybe skipped that one because we've kind of
We've
already
already
answered that.
that one. That's not a unique question. We already answered that one before. This question is false? Question mark. Drink. Have a good night.
Nah.
Yeah, I'll drink a little bit.
Yeah, but okay. Any old school anime you want to watch or react to, I could recommend Nodome Cantabile or The Rose of Versailles if you want to go even more old school.
Yes. I want to I don't know if Gankutsu is actually that old, but the one I really want to watch is it's that OG magical girl.
Cardcaptor Sakura?
No. It's the one with the royals and the
Oh, yes. Utena.
Yeah, Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Yeah. Utena, I think is how you say it, but yeah,
Yeah.
one of those ways you pronounce it.
Yeah,
Revolutionary Girl Utena or Utena or whatever. That is the one for me. Yeah.
I'm probably just slurring the, words together.
Yeah.
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 All right, that's the final question.
So for me,
How about for you? Yeah.
For me, I am not sure. There's a part of me that wants to go back and watch some of Slayers, even though Slayers is stupid long. Just because that's kind of like, that was one of the big breakouts for like light novels being turned into anime, and also that sort of D&D kind of style, But I'm not. There isn't like a big desire to watch it. So, but yeah, that's probably what I'd pick. Utena, though, that definitely sounds like a good one. Oh, no, here we go. God, I forget what it's called. It's the one of, so it's the one with the dark twist of the kids going into the mechs and everything, and they're fighting the monsters, but apparently it's like more of a deconstruction of that whole style.
Don't tell me what it is now. That sounds like a twist show.
Good point.
You sound like you're spoiled on something that I will eventually see, and I don't want to be spoiled on.
Yeah, well,
I haven't watched many like. Is that like a mecha show?
Yeah, it's a mecha show.
Don't say any more then.
I remember that basically Glass Reflection mentioned it, and he said,
stop.
said, I can't tell you anything about it because that would be spoilers.
Yeah.
But just go watch it. And I've always been curious about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't want to. That sounds like a cool show that I will eventually watch, and I don't want to have it
Ooh,
spoiled for me.
Wolf's Rain. That's another one that I've kind of wanted to check out.
Yeah. Okay.
Bokurano. That was it.
Oh well, damn it. Fine. I'll forget it eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for our Truth or alcohol?
There's no way I'm finishing this. That would be a bad
I'll
idea.
finish mine just because, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have that much.
you had less than I did.
Yeah. But remember, guys, we stream 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every weekday. Monday is our podcast discussion stream. Tuesday is One Piece dramatic manga readings, where we read 1 volume a week. On Wednesdays and Fridays, I do my gaming streams, which right now is Hades, but will be quickly followed up with Cyberpunk 2077 when it comes out.
And then
If it
Thursdays.
actually comes out on December 10th.
And then Thursdays, I stream. I do gaming, which at the moment is Persona 4 Golden.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, if any of that interests you, go check it out. Leave a follow, sub. You get access to our private Discord. Hope to see you for that stuff there. But yeah, take care, guys. Have a good rest of your week. And is it Tuesday yet? Next One Piece stream.
Indeed.
It's gonna be really good tomorrow. Hope to see you there.
No, not at all. It's not going to be great or anything. No,
No.
Definitely not.
No,
Definitely not.
Definitely not. Yeah.
And Amaju, thanks for pointing that out. I am very much interested in Yakuza Padarus. That sounds just wonderful. Yeah.
Damn it! What's the thing? Your T-shirt is blue balling me.
What is the thing, Caleb?
Whoa! What happened to your voice?
I got a frog in my throat all of a sudden. I think I've drank a little bit too much whiskey.
That
Yeah.
was so good.
Wow. Yeah, that was that was
Oh my
something.
god. The thing is that
Thing is, you're always
when
hungry.
a man loves a bottle very much,
Mm.
the bottle must be emptied. Thus, the man is thirsty. But a thirsty man wants a lot more than just a bottle.
See,
So,
you can tell that Grand Blue really influenced us a lot. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, stream's almost over. The ad's about to end, and then we'll have to cut it off. We
Yeah.
were about to go play D&D,
But
actually.
first, we should tease battle lines in some way.
We definitely should. So
How would we do that?